morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt. Huge day ahead. So we called in the big guns. Well, actually, the usual guns. We got the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, the John Madden of boxing himself, EzRaw Boxing. What's going on, Ezra?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for today, man. This is a great. Is this our WrestleMania this year, or do we get two WrestleManias this year, like the WWE one, like in Saudi Arabia? Is that we doing that?
Two nights, Ezra. 2 nights of WrestleMania this year.
WrestleMania this year.
Well, I already had my WrestleMania this year. I had Benavidez versus Morale. But anyway, but behind the boards, the voice that you hear, super producer himself, Huey P. What's going on, Huey?
Not much, man. Just getting ready for this day of fights. Already got some on. It's not boxing, so I won't talk about it. But looking forward to this day, man.
What, UFC got an event today?
UFC's got an event in Qatar that started an hour ago.
Ooh. Anybody we know fighting?
No one worth noting.
Oh, typical UFC these days.
Yep.
Ezra, you backed the wrong horse, Ezra.
What happened?
You backed the wrong horse.
That's not true. Don't say it. I'm tired of you saying stuff like that because then online people think, oh, this guy was an MMA guy. And I grew up watching boxing my whole life. I've loved boxing. It's been my love. My boxing was my first love. Don't tell my wife, it might be my only love. My whole life, you know what I mean? So like I'm really tired of the disrespect that I get on this boxing stuff.
Well, we have a big day of boxing ahead of us today.
Wait, hold on, Matt. Before we get started, I noticed you're not on camera today.
I'm gonna be.
Okay, I'm just curious. Are you making your sandwich now to start the show? Or are you gonna do that, or are we gonna get that still midway like you did last week?
Well, right now I'm making pasta. That's why I'm off camera. You must know.
Well, I need you to get locked in how I am. I'm on a new diet. I'm just saying I'm on a new diet. I'm on a new diet, and basically what it is I'm starving myself. Because what I realize is that none of these diets work, right? None of the diets work. You know, I'm just gonna overeat whatever you tell me to eat. I'm just gonna overeat it. So now what I'm doing is I'm not eating at all. I eat one meal a day, like around 3 o'clock. And I've tried to the smallest portion just to basically hold off all the hunger I have, just one meal a day. And then I starve myself at night, starve myself in the morning. And all I do is drink coffee and not eating. That's the diet. It's the only one that works. I had a friend that was obese, and this is the only way he got through it. He's the skinniest person I know now.
Are you talking about Huey?
No. Was Huey? Were you obese at one point, Huey?
I was.
Were you really?
Ezra, go look at the live stream we did together for that tank fight, and then go look at one of our recent videos.
So what was the change? Did you get on the coffee and no eating?
No, I just changed my diet a bunch. I just started eating a lot healthier and working out more.
All right.
But what you're doing is kind of you're basically here's the thing. When people said that Ezra looked like a recovering drug addict, they're really right, because instead of cocaine, he's just using caffeine.
See, this is what I heard about Huey. Me and Ezra battling the balls. We're trying different things. He was just like, oh no, I just changed my diet and stopped eating like a piece of shit, and I took care of myself. Oh, it's that easy, huh? Fucking guy, man. Fucking guy.
I know. Like I said, I'm gonna get. What I will do is I will get thinner. I don't know if I'll be healthier. I might be worse off on the other end of it, but I might look better. You get what I'm saying? I heard this is the same diet that Jake Gyllenhaal had for Nightcrawler. I heard that's what it is, so I'm going to use it.
I heard the same diet Jake Gyllenhaal had for Brokeback Mountain.
You watch your mouth. You watch your mouth. Is my screen kind of going in and out right now, or is that just me?
You're a little choppy.
That's weird. Okay, all right.
The audio's clean, so yeah,
audio's clean. Okay,
that's fine.
You know what's funny though, Ezra?
What's up?
You know what diet works perfect for you? A fucking carnivore diet.
A what?
A carnivore diet.
Oh, I tried that before. Bro, I was all messed up from that. That didn't work for me.
Yeah, the long-term health effects of that are not good.
Oh.
All right, we ready to get into today's show? Or we still want to talk about how Ezra's eating habits have changed?
Yeah, that one screwed me up. Man, I kind of feel like I should back out and get back in right now because this thing is all screwed up.
Go for it, Ezra. See if it fixes the stream.
Yeah, all right,
we'll set what we're going to talk about here. So we got as we alluded to, we got a big day of fights here. Ring 4 headlined by David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. Coverage, I see a few questions in the chat here. What time do the fights start? Juan from the Some Juan Else podcast was gracious enough to give us an answer. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern. The first fight probably beginning around 4:30 to 5 Eastern. I did see somewhere that the first
guys, please don't listen to Juan.
Oh,
the first fight is
Juan,
at 6 p.m. Eastern time. There's 4 fights that we care about. We care about Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes, Puma versus Bam, Haney versus Norman, Benavidez versus Yard. Those fights start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to watch Vito Mielnicki, tune in at 5. If you want to watch a bunch of Saudi Arabian guys that you never heard of, never have any interest in, tune in at 3. I don't have 8 hours of my day to dedicate to this shit. I want to see 4 fights and 4 fights only.
All right, there we go. Ezra, it looks like your the video is working better here, so
yeah, it looks great.
We're good to go. And then let's get straight into it. Ring 4 preview. We want to start at the bottom of the card or the top of the card. Matt, I'll let you lead off here. Which whether you want to start with Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes or David Benavidez and Anthony Yard.
We start with the main event. Let's
All
get
right.
it.
And so David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. Matt, give us a little background on the fight. How did we get here? What are your thoughts on the week that you've seen so far? And then tell us about how you think the fight's going to go.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how we got here. We got here because Dimitri Bivol don't want no smoke. We got here because Artur Beterbiev was waiting for Dimitri Bivol. We got here because Canelo Alvarez didn't want no smoke. So we got here because Callum Smith didn't want no smoke. So David Benavidez basically had to fight the best available guy that's willing to fight him. And that guy is Anthony Yard. No one else is willing to fight David Benavidez. He, to me, is the only guy in boxing that can lay claim to being some sort of boogeyman. Okay? Because he's not bad business. He's good business. So there's no reason not to fight him. Canelo was going to get one of the biggest innings he ever got for fighting him. PCB balls. PBC was going to pay you a bunch of money to come over here and fight him. Artur Beterbiev, I don't really count him in this because he was waiting for his fight with B-Ball. Callum Smith, you still ain't got a fight yet, and now it looks like you're not fighting in 2025, my man. What is you doing? Nobody wants to fight this guy, but Anthony Yard has stepped up to take this fight. And he is going to be the sacrificial lion. I'm not going to say sacrificial lamb because his saying is lions in camp. Lions is in camp, but the problem is the other thing that's in camp is the Mexican mafia. That's how we got here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 100% accurate. He probably might be the only real boogeyman I've ever seen in boxing. I mean, that's honest truth. That you're 100% correct on that. This dude is entertainment. I think he has a chance to be a superstar if he gets the right matchups, and I really think Canelo robbed him of that. I really think Canelo robbed him of what it should have been because Canelo didn't want to take the beating that I think that he thought was possible in that fight. I think that Canelo is okay getting outboxed. I think Canelo's okay taking that kind of loss, but he doesn't want to take a beating like that. He doesn't want that on his image, and I really think that's why we're here in this fight. I like this matchup. I think, like I said, Anthony Yard's always entertaining. But I will say this: can I get into what I think of the breakdown of this fight? I know people think that this is going to be like a back and forth war till however long it lasts till Benavidez stops him. I don't think Benavidez is going to get touched much. I think Benavidez is better defensively than everyone's giving him credit for because he doesn't look like he's that good defensively because of what they just assume his style is. He's pretty technical, and he's not that easy to hit. Like if you look at the Andre fight. He's not easy to hit in that fight. I think he's, to me, the more defensively sound guy in that fight. I'm telling you, I don't think that he's going to take shots in this fight. I think this is going to be one-way action, and I think it's just going to really show the class of him. Now, the one thing that if you're going to say, what am I curious for this fight? What is one thing to watch? Since David Benavidez is 1 to 175, I have not liked his gas tank in the second half of fights. I'm going to say that. Maybe Matt would disagree with me. I've noticed his gas tank isn't the same the second half of fights. I want to see that. If this fight makes it to the second half, I am curious to see what his gas tank looks. I'm curious to see what his work rate looks like in the second half of this fight. But I think he's going to win this fight. I think he's going to look damn good doing it.
I think his gas tank is just fine. I don't know what you're seeing.
Okay.
I think what we're seeing is that he hasn't gotten a stoppage. He hasn't gotten a stoppage. I don't think that's due to gas tank. Maybe his punches don't just have the effect at 175 that they had at 168.
That's fair.
These are bigger guys. These are guys that used to take in light heavyweight punches, you know. But what I will say today, this fight today is such a mismatch. It is such a mismatch that if David Benavidez does not get the stoppage today, then maybe he's not who I thought he was, and maybe I need to lower my projections on where his ceiling is at. Because Anthony Yard is tailor made for David Benavidez to look good and look spectacular and get the stoppage. So to me, David Benavidez has to show up, has to show improve. There's a lot of pressure on David Benavidez today to perform because there are some fights out there on the horizon for him, but he has to look spectacular. He has to make the people call for the fights. If he has a lackluster performance or another unanimous decision victory at 175, maybe the people don't call and clamor for a Bivol fight because they're like, hey, this guy's not the same guy at 175 that he was at 168. David Benavidez has to perform spectacularly today. But ultimately, I think he does.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think you're going to get a great performance from him. The one thing I think for David Benavidez is he's going to be prepared for the fight. He's going to be mentally in the fight. He's a guy that takes this very seriously. And I don't think he's going to have like huge distractions out the ring at this point of his career. So I think whatever, like you said, if it's a disappointing performance, it's not going to be because he let it, like he slipped up in training or whatever. That it'll just be limitations. Maybe he has this weight, maybe limitations with his power, or like we said, gas tank second half. But we're going to see. But like I said, I expect a really good performance. And like I said, I don't expect him to get touched as much as people think he is in this fight. I do have a lot of respect for Anthony Yard, though. I did like everything he said in the press conference for this fight. When people said, hey, don't go to Russia to fight Kovalev. Don't do this. That's going to be a tough fight versus Berzhev. And he says, hey, I don't want the easy way out. I want these fights. I want to prove it against a guy like this. I love that mentality. And
I love that mentality, but let's be honest. And your boy, Moses Satama, is going to be going through the same thing, it looks like. He's either fighting the lowest of low level of competition or he's fighting the upper echelon. And you can't do that. You have to have some real like building fights in a career. I think that's why Anthony Yard has struggled at the top level.
Yeah, I also think like, there's probably just limitations to what he can actually do. I mean, if you told me that Anthony Yard had maxed out his ability, I would believe that. Like, I have no problem believing that because maybe he just has limitations of what he can do. But he's athletic enough to be at fight at a certain level. You know what I mean? So I don't know. All I say is this guy does give us fights that we are always entertained with. I was very entertained a couple of the fight. I was very entertained in the Benavidez fight, and I'll probably be very entertained in this fight till however long it lasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let me ask you a question, Ezra, because you are the master prognosticator. You are the founder of Tomorrow, Today, and all this other stuff. First of all, how do you think both fighters look going into this fight? Because I did see some stuff online that maybe Benavidez is having a tough weight cut and Yard looks in great shape. Did you see anything that made you question the cut for either guy?
Now, David always looks like that. Like, here's the thing. There's some guys, right, that just show their weight cut a little bit more than other guys. That's just the case. The look on their face, they just showed a little bit more. But I think David looked at like that when he was at 168. We know he had a hard time making that weight, but he always made the weight and performed. Now he moved up. I'm sure he's still having a little bit hard time making the weight. He still has to cut, you know what I mean, to get there. It's not like he's not cutting to get there. So no, I think he looks great. I think he looks basically how David Benavidez always looks. And yeah, Yard looks great too to me. You know what I mean? Yard is obviously comfortable at this weight. He has no problem, I don't think, making this weight. So I don't expect any of that to affect the performance.
What do you guys think about Neutral's comment here? David got dropped twice by Morello, 168 pounder. If Yard connects, it could get messy.
Well, I mean, Morel's a 175er when they fought, and Morel's a big guy. So, and Morel's one of the hardest hitting guys in boxing, right? And especially in the weight class. So, I'm getting hurt by Morel doesn't like, oh, well, I'm worried about whatever. And like I said, anyone in these weight classes with these guys that hit hard, you're gonna get hurt if you get caught clean. Like it's a dangerous weight class. You start getting to this 175 and up, you start getting to the thing where it's like kind of like heavyweight, where it's like, hey, if you get touched by anyone, it could get tricky in this. So it's like I said, if he gets hit clean on the chin by Anthony Yard, yeah, you could probably get hurt. I guarantee it. Yeah, if he gets hit clean by Anthony Yard, you can get hurt, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's gonna get hit clean.
No, I don't think he's. I'm telling you, I think it's gonna be. People are gonna. We're talking about tomorrow, today. I think people are gonna be like, "Hey, David Benavidez is way more skilled than we're giving him credit for." I think that's tomorrow, today. What we're talking about. I think we're saying, "Hey, this guy's not just a guy that goes in there and goes to war with you and breaks you down. This is a guy that if you don't want to get touched, you don't get touched." Like we're gonna be talking about his skill level tomorrow.
All right, so give us your EzRaw breakdown of this fight. Give us your full EzRaw take.
Listen, Anthony Yard, he does what he does, right? He's an explosive guy. If he gets in punching range, he's going to let go of shots, right? But David Benavidez, I think, is much more multidimensional than people give him credit for. He's got a good guard. He's educated in there. He's got a ring IQ. He's going to apply pressure, but he's not going to go all out to start this fight. He's going to apply smart pressure. Can you hear me? Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. He's going to apply smart pressure to this fight. He's not going to go all out to start a fight, and he's going to wear him down. He's going to get to positions where he wants, and eventually around the 4th and 5th round, he's going to pile it on. Once he knows that he's getting in the range he wants, where he knows where it's not dangerous anymore, and I think that Anthony Yard will fall apart at that point. I don't think Anthony Yard's going to have a lot of moments in this fight. I think he'll give a good effort, but I don't think he's going to have a lot of moments. I think Benavidez is going to methodically take him apart and get the stoppage. I would say 7th or 8th round, get a stoppage. You guys there, or was
no? I'm just digesting what you said. You know, sometimes you could let stuff breathe.
All right.
I think this is one-way traffic. I don't think that this is like I said. I think this is a mismatch of all mismatches, and I'm expecting David Benavidez to beat him up and get him out of there within the first 8 rounds. So I think right where you say could be accurate. Could get him out of there a lot sooner. I just don't see what Anthony Yard has for David Benavidez, especially, at this level. What is your grade for this specific fight?
I don't hate the matchup. So, like, as far as saying like it's gonna be one way, I still like the matchup, right? Like, I still think that you put these two guys in the ring, I don't mind it. I think it's a B plus, like B plus A minus range for me. I really do. I think if you're matchmaking and you've got all the names in there, I'm like, you put this together, I'm not going to hate it because I know what it could be. You know what I mean? Maybe it could turn into something really crazy. Like Anthony Yard, like I've never been disappointed in an Anthony Yard fight. I just haven't, except for like when he fought Lyndon Arthur last time.
To me, this is an A fight. From here on out, any fight David Benavidez is in is an A fight for me.
And I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that take.
You know he's going to bring the pain. He's going to bring the volume. He's going to bring the speed. Like his fights are. I've never seen a boring David Benavidez fight.
No,
never. So it's always going to be an A for me, man. Now, let me ask you, what are the gambling odds for this fight, Huey?
I was just getting those up. So the money line is not worth betting. David Benavidez is a minus 1050. Anthony Yard is plus 680. Some of the interesting bets that I thought, and while we bring this conversation up, I do want to bring in the host of the Sunday Morning Sermon, the co-host of the RNS podcast, Mr. Keep It 100 Boxing, TY. Welcome to the show. You mentioned David Benavidez. Now, getting the stoppage, do you think that would be by KO or a TKO?
TKO.
Okay, the exact method of victory, David Benavidez by TKO is plus 105. The total rounds in the fight is 9.5. If you go under 9.5, it's minus 118. But if you go under 8.5, it is plus 105. Now, one of your favorite bets, total knockdowns. One knockdown is minus 240. But if you want to bet on 2, it's plus 105. And then one that I think is interesting, to be knocked down and win, David Benavidez plus 800.
Okay. Now, the plus 105, the TKO. What's the KO TKO, the regular method?
Let me take a look here.
It's negative something. It has to be.
Minus 165.
Yeah.
Not worth betting.
That's
So
why
here's the
that's
thing.
why I was looking at the exact method, because I thought
No.
TKO was. I don't think David.
What I'm saying is
the
the exact method is not worth betting.
Oh,
yeah, I would
that's
just
what
take
you're
I would
saying?
take the minus 165.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets a clean knockout though.
That's
Yeah,
fine, but it's too
but
risky.
it's close enough that
Yeah.
it's not worth taking a risk.
No, it's too risky.
Okay. I think if you're betting it straight, you bet the TKO. But if you're going to put it in a parlay, then bet the TKO KO.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Todd, you with us?
Let me add him back to the stage. Ty, you there?
My bad, fellas. Man, my dumbass Wi-Fi, my Philly Wi-Fi. You got me today.
It's all good. I gave you a great intro. So anyway, like we said, we got the co-host of the RNS podcast, host of the Sunday Morning Sermon. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. TY, what are your thoughts on this David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard fight? And do you have a bet pick for this fight?
Oh yeah. Yard gonna do what Yard do. He gonna be better for a couple rounds. And he gonna get stopped. But David Power ain't been the same at 175. Bigger guys. But I think it's about class. So he gonna outclass his guy. But like Anthony Yard he got the world class experience because he fought Kovalev. He fought what was he fought? He fought somebody else. He fought AB Baturbia. And he fought. I mean, so he fights. So he a game guy, but he can get stopped. It's gonna be a good fight, as long as it lasts. But I would love the Benavidez to come out there and stomp on him in like 2 rounds. To send a message to Canelo that you ran from me. But we'll see. I want to see how his power is at 75. Go ahead.
Will Yard have because there's a cool thing that Yard could do, right? Say if he loses this fight, even if he loses this fight, he could still fight Bivol and have almost like a what's his name's career, a Sean Porter career. It's like he's been in with everyone.
Yeah, but he got to win. He got to win one though. At least Sean won a couple though.
I mean, is there a Paulie Malignaggi in this weight that we can match him up with?
Well, Devin was a good fighter. We didn't do Devin like that. Devin was a good fighter.
All right. I'm just saying this guy can match up with everyone. He could be the guy that fights all of them.
Yeah, you're right. Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he could be a guy that fights all of them.
Did you already talk about the other fights? Or
no, we're working our way to it.
We started with the Anthony Yard and the David Benavidez fight. Matt, what's your favorite bet for this fight?
My favorite bet for this fight is David Benavidez by stoppage. Okay. David Benavidez by stoppage. Keep it simple, stupid.
Matt, not your favorite bet over 1.5 over 0.5 knockdown.
Hey, that's only minus 240. This is minus 165.
You got to bet on 2 knockdowns in order to make any money with that one.
Benavidez is stopping Yard. Benavidez is stopping Yard. He is stopping him.
But we all agree. Wait. But we all agree. If he doesn't, is it a disappointing performance?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But say he whoop his ass like Vitaly did Shannon Briggs. Like he just don't stop him. Like
yeah, maybe he's durable enough. But I do think that when we think of Benavidez, you think of a guy that applies pressure and breaks guys down. You really have to start questioning the power if you don't get the stoppage. I think if he's beating him down and hitting him with a lot of shots and he doesn't get a stoppage, I think you do kind of question like how effective he is at this weight.
But as to be fair, but the guys that stopped him are killer punchers though. Kovalev
that's true.
Kovalev stopped him with a jab.
No, but I mean Kovalev hits hard though. I mean, come on, what are we doing? Kovalev hits hard.
It was a jab.
Sometimes you could catch a guy right. I think he hit hard.
Now, we all agree that Benavidez wins tonight, right?
Yeah.
Just like a stupid question.
Go ahead.
But what is best for boxing? Benavidez win or Yard win?
Benavidez.
What are we doing here? David Benavidez. Come on, man. I will say this. I'm looking at the comments, and I see that Blunts in Boxing says, picking D Benavidez late TKO. No need to add the D there. No one is mixing this up with any other Benavidez. I'm just letting you know right now. You wasted your time putting D period Benavidez.
Don't do big bro like that. Don't do big bro like that.
Trauma from the Morel fight when you kept having to say David and people would be like, yeah, but who?
Oh, maybe.
Well, it's only one David now.
Only one David now.
But you started off with tomorrow today. Give us your full tomorrow today, Ezra. What are the people saying if Anthony Yard wins? What are the people saying if David Benavidez wins?
if Anthony Yard wins, they're gonna call Benavidez hype job. They're gonna say he was a weight bully at 168. This is all only reason he was effective at 168 is because of his size and everything like that. If Benavidez wins, and the way I think he's going to win, people are going to say, "Hey, this guy's more skilled than we're giving him credit for." And this is a pound for pound, not just guy because he's beating guys, but because of his talent level as well and his skill level. I really think that he's going to put a performance on tonight. That's going to be like there's not going to be any questions. There's not going to be people are just going to be praising his defense, praising his ring IQ tonight.
Is there a way that Benavidez moves up your pound for pound ranking tonight?
No.
Oh, yes, actually. There's one way he moves up my pound for pound ranking if Bam loses.
No, that's a great point, Huey. That's a great point. It would have to be someone else's performance that would move that.
Where do y'all have the Mexican monster in y'all pound for pound?
I think Benavidez on my thing is 6 or 5 or 6.
He's 6 for me. The top 3 are solidified. Beebles at 4, Bam's at 5, and David's at 6.
Wait, how do you have Bam ahead of David?
I had Bam ahead of David too.
Wow.
Here we go. I got another question.
I think he has a stronger resume and he's done more actual pound for pound shit.
I got Bam over Viterbi.
I think
losses.
Well, he got one loss. He lost to light heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Like I said, he
and they won one.
But to me,
I think Bam looks stronger in the ring more recently than I've seen Bam from Better BF's performances.
But to me, Beterbiev, Bivol, and Bam are like right there, all right next to each other, in my opinion. They're all right there next to each other. So even if one passes another, it's not like a wide margin. So you could technically convince me that one guy's ahead of the other guy. But I do think that Bam's performance are so dominant against high level guys that to me, I'm like, this guy that's what's putting him over the top for me. Bam's gonna pretty soon get to the talks, and it's hard. This top 3 is almost impossible to enter. It really is. But Bam moves up in weight and starts doing damage. I'm telling you, I don't want to jump ahead of the show. You're going to be talking about this guy, a future number 1 pound for pound guy.
Hold on. I got a question. I'm going to y'all show a quick question. What do you have Shakur on your list?
Shakur, I got to check with it. He's top 10.
So my question with that, if he beat Tio, he don't pass Bam?
100%.
You thinking about this?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I have Shakur at 7, right behind David Bennett.
I do think
Shakur is right above David.
Zapata and Tio back to back.
I do think that Tio is a good fighter, but I have seen him look not so great against, to me, mid-level competition. So I do think it's a very good win, but I don't think it'll put him over a Bam. No, I don't think so.
It depends on how
hold on. I don't hear you dissecting Bam's opponents about how they look against mid-level competition and all this other stuff.
Who? What are you talking about? Francisco? You talking about Francisco Estrada?
I'm talking about all of his opponents.
What are you talking about? Francisco Estrada?
Don't do that with Tio, but you don't do it with the other guy's opponents.
Bro, I've seen Tio lose to Cambosos. Do you have a guy that he beat that lost to a Cambosos level guy?
I've seen Bam Rodriguez's opponents lose to people.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. He's of course he's had opponents lose to people. Of course.
So
what? Have his best wins? Wait. Have his best wins lost to a Cambosos level guy?
Yes.
No, they haven't. And if it was early in like Rumvasai's career or something.
I love it, Matt.
Just so you know, Cambosos was early in Tio's career.
No,
people forget how young Tio was.
It was after Lomachenko.
People forget how young Tio was.
Bro,
did he have 25? I don't think Tio had 20 fights when he fought.
But it don't matter. When you get to that point, you're at that point, right? Like, what are we doing? So are we knocking Jermel's win over Lubin? No, that's a good win. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but Lubin. Here we go. Lubin was like an up and coming top notch prospect. That's like That's like fucking Abdullah Mason.
I do want to bring in a guest to the show here quickly. Founder of the Corner Stool, Cliff Rolled Boxing. How you doing today?
Is he talking?
I'm good. How you doing, fellas?
Oh yeah, I can. No, I can.
What's going on, Roll?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I just wanted to say, I wanted to add something to the conversation on Rodriguez and Martinez. Like most people, I think Rodriguez will win tonight. But I do think that Martinez is being undersold, and Martinez is one of those fighters that fights in a chaotic style. And sometimes chaos really messes with the timing of guys with good fundamentals and skills. Like I think about somebody like Ricardo Mayorga, what he did against Vernon Forrest, how much trouble he gave Shane Mosley. He didn't give the same trouble to Tito and Oscar. But Fernando Martinez is the kind of guy who is going to come forward every time that Bam takes a step back. And there are paths for him to win this fight. I think this is going to be a much more competitive fight than I think it's getting credit for from the odds makers, anyways. Even though I feel like most people are still expect Bam to win.
I love it. That's a great fight. It's a great fight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it.
Before we move on from this fight or get everyone's final thoughts, we do have the other half of the RNS podcast. Tut, how you doing today?
I'm good, brothers. I'm just here to support.
There goes the neighborhood.
All right, any thoughts on the Benavidez Yard fight, the main event for the Ring 4 event this evening before we move on to the rest of the card?
War Benavidez.
I just think, like I said, I just think you're going to see a really great performance. But like I said, the one thing to watch to see how he looks in the second half of the fight, if it makes it there.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, Benavidez needs a stoppage because if it goes to the cards, he's in Saudi.
Well, no. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now. I think Saudi has some of the fairest. I haven't seen a lot of ripoffs in Saudi, so
but you also thought that the Adama and Shiraz card was fair.
It was a draw. I don't know what people want. I don't know. It was a draw. I don't get it. It's the most ridiculous thing. It's like I'm getting sick and tired.
No. I think you said it perfectly just now. You don't get it.
No, I get it. But it was a draw. We don't know what you want to do. Hey, Adamas, I get it. Just because you land a big shot once, every 3 rounds, don't mean you win the fight.
Hey, listen, your co-host said that Adamas might be going to 68. So why can't we get the rematch at 68?
Hey, Shiraz wanted it. And then Adamas said, well, I'm not going to Saudi for that fight. And then Janibek wanted it. And then he said, oh, I'm not going to Saudi for that fight. That fight has to be in the States. Then Janibek comes to the States, and guess who's not across from him? Adamas. It's Laura had to step in. The old sheriff had to step in. The old sheriff's back in town. He had to step in to fight Janibek. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of excuses. Why that fight's not happening. But I know Janibek's here in the States. I'm going to see him. I'm going to shake Janibek's hand. I'm going to shake his hand. I might give him a hug.
You see the breaking news, Matt?
No.
Chris Paul retired.
Wow. You know what? I knew it was time. When I saw him in the preseason and he had that gut, I knew it.
Nah, hey, Matt, he just posted something about North Carolina about coming home or whatever.
Hey, Matt, so he like Damon Wayans, Matt. He like Damon Wayans on the movie, the boxing movie, Great White Fight. He like Damon Wayans.
But you know what? First ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's one of the 7 greatest point guards of all time. Salute to Chris Paul. Let's get back to boxing.
All right, next up on the bout sheet, we have the co-main event, possibly the most talked about fight on this card, most closely contested in the odds, Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. On the odds, just before we get started into your breakdowns and what you guys think of this fight, it's deadlocked on almost every book. I'm not giving free promotion, but first book, -108 on both sides. Second book, -115 on both sides. Third book, -105 on both sides. Fourth book, -110 on both sides. I have to look at 5 books before I get different odds where Brian Norman is a slight favorite at -117 to Devin Haney's -113.
And can I tell you why that is? You don't know what you're going to get from Devin Haney. That's the honest truth. That's why people can't call this one. You don't know what you're going to get from Devin Haney because everybody saw last performance, and I thought he looked real jittery. And I watched it again, and I still thought he looked real jittery. He looked not confident. He looked jittery to me. He looked scared to get hit. He looked like he had a hold every time things got uncomfortable for him, right? And that's not good against a guy, Ramirez, who I think is really past it, okay? So I don't think that's great. So I think people don't know what they're going to get from Devin Haney. I got to say, this feels like the main event of tonight. This feels like the fight that everybody's tuning in to watch. Am I right about that, Matt? Do you agree with that?
No.
Oh, you're mad. Oh my God. This is clearly the main event. This is so clearly the main event. It's all right that the main event's not the main event. You know what I mean? Sometimes the undercard has the main event. That's okay. That's good. But this is the one people are tuning in for. I gotta tell you, I went back and forth on this. Right? I was talking to Sibby, and Sibby said, I'm going back and forth. This is a hard one to call. I agree with them. Because I think that if you get the Devin Haney who fought Lomachenko, that fought Prograis, I think he wins a boxing match here. I think his legs are going to be too much for Brian Norman. I think Norman has to be set. He's a little bit of a blotter. And also when Norman applies pressure, it's to counter. Like he applies pressure to open you up to respond. And the thing is with Haney, that he could jab and move back and take away that. He could jab and step on an angle and take away a lot of Norman's offense, in my opinion. But is he going to be confident to do that? If he gets in there and he gets touched a little bit, is he going to panic? Is he not going to beat Devin Haney? I've went back and forth on this a lot of times, but I'm making my official pick. I think Devin Haney's going to win a decision here. I think Devin Haney's going to win. He's going to jab him. He's going to move him. We got to mute Ty.
Oh my, but somebody walk. My bad.
Oh,
my
you're
bad.
good. I think he's going to jab him. He's going to move him. He's going to move on angles, and I think that Norman's going to have a hard time finding his offense today. I think he's going to have a real hard time finding his offense. I'm going to take Haney decision. I don't feel great about it. I'm not 100% confident in it, but I just think his boxing ability, his movement is going to be too much for Norman.
You know, it's funny you say that because your official pick on the spreadsheet is Norman.
Well, you switch yours, I'll switch mine.
I didn't switch anything on I didn't switch anything on the spreadsheet.
Mark it, Huey.
Got it.
So on the spreadsheet, you're officially changing your pick
to Devin
Just
Haney.
So we're clear.
Devin Haney.
Oh, thank you so much, Ezra. I'm just gonna lengthen my lead. Pause. Now, here's the thing. Coming into this fight, it's been a lot of back and forth. We remember the first meeting where they had the brawl in New York.
That was great.
The brawl in New York, where Brian Norman did a hip toss to Devin Haney's security guard with one arm, you know? But he did end up with the cornholio shirt, the shirt right over the head. Now, but here's the thing. That told me that Brian Norman is too strong for these guys. He's too strong for these guys. So I think this is a case of Brian Norman being too big, too strong, and peaking at the right time. I think Brian Norman gets the KO in this one, man.
If is there a way that Brian Norman wins the decision in your mind? If he can't get the KO, is there a way he wins the decision?
Yes. Okay. Yes, because I think he's going to knock Haney down
multiple times.
He could knock him down multiple times. If Haney keeps getting up, it'll be multiple times.
So
but to me, he's going to knock him down.
Is there anything with the Ryan Garcia fight that you see that Norman could be effective with? Because here's the thing. Ryan Garcia, he might do it in an unorthodox way or anything. He has fast feet. He has fast hands, but he also does have fast feet. And he was able to kind of keep foot-to-foot step with Haney. Norman doesn't have that foot-wise. So when I'm looking at that fight and I say people say, oh, look, he's touching him. He's going to catch him. And Norman hits hard like Ryan, and he could catch him. He's got a good counterpunch, but he don't have the feet to stay with him. That's where the part where I'm seeing the difference.
I think Norman's feet are faster than people think. Okay. And not only that, I think Norman, this is going to sound blasphemous. I think Norman's the better boxer.
No!
Oh my God, this dude, you having too many conversations with Tay Jones, bro. It's getting ridiculous, bro. It's really getting ridiculous. Your bias is getting ridiculous, bro. It's getting ridiculous.
Ty, here's a question. The thing too, people say Boots gets hit a lot, right? I don't know if they're watching Norman fights because he gets hit a lot and clean. I don't think people are watching these fights, but Norman has really terrible defense. Very, very not good defense. He gets hit a lot. If you keep exchanging with him, he's most likely going to win that because he has good timing and good power, right? He's a lot more confident fighter than he was. It seemed like he grew into himself, right? But I think that this might be another level that he hasn't seen, and we don't know if he can fight at this level, okay? Beating Santillan is not this level. Beating Cuevas, not at this level. Beating Jin Sasaki is not at this level. This is a different level. So I don't know. I haven't seen him at this level. I haven't seen him box at this level. I haven't seen him with a guy play shots with a guy this skilled. But like I said, I don't know what Devin Haney I'm getting. I'm just going to say I'm going to get a good Devin Haney today. That's what I'm counting on. If he's a little bit jittery and everything, then we should have saw it.
Yeah, listen, I think we're going to get the best Devin Haney we've ever seen. But I don't think that's going to make a difference.
Someone asked in the comments, can Haney beat Sasaki?
Come on, man. Come on.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Go ahead, Ty. I'll let you take it from there.
No, this is my thing, man. I'm not giving a tie breakdown. I'm just going to say my man Nino said rest in peace. Y'all wanted Brian Norman off your TV 4 fights ago. Y'all said the kid was green. Now all of a sudden he Tito Trinidad. He's violent. He's knocking guys out. He has his great footwork. He has a great left hook. And guess what? I like Brian Norman a lot. It's going to be a real good fight. I think Dev going to win 116, 112, 117, 111. It's going to be a good fight. But Dev going to outpoint him. He's going to touch that body. He's going to move around. He's going to and pass. Don't be surprised if that overhand right, that wild overhand right, touch him up a little bit, man, in the late rounds, man.
No, I
It's
think
gonna be good. It's gonna be a great fight.
I think Haney's going to be able to touch Norman whenever he wants. I got to be honest. It's just going to be how much risk does he want to take, and at what point he does it. But to say that Norman has more boxing skills than Haney, I think that's a ridiculous statement.
And here we go one more time too. See, one thing about me, I love narratives in boxing, right? So any other time, no, they say Ezra, some of them lying. Oh, he top ranked match me, but not with Brian Norman, because you know what? Because they like Brian Norman.
Yeah.
See, Brian Norman ain't no fight guy like Devin Haney, but he ain't top ranked match me all of a sudden. So I gotta say, Devin Haney unanimous decision.
We'll see.
I just want to jump in real quick, and I said this on a space last night. Do not be surprised if this fight ends as suddenly as Adonis Stevenson and Chad Dawson.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow!
It might go longer than one round, but do not be surprised if he just takes Haney's head clean off.
Oh wow!
That's what I'm expecting, Cliff.
Bro,
That's what I'm expecting.
This fight is going to have people at the edge of their seat.
I think Devin Haney looked like a completely gun shy fighter against Ramirez, and unlike Ramirez, Brian Norman is going to throw back, and it's not going to go well.
I think that if Haney loses today, right, and he gets smoked like the people are saying he will, then we're going to be talking about this guy kind of like a Fernando Vargas run. Good early, but it was a shooting star, but it went out pretty quick.
But when he win, they're going to say, oh, Brian Norman was green. He wasn't ready. That won't get his respect. But here we go. Like I said, but some people, he Tito Trinidad in his prime. But we're going to get there after he gets school. His pop going back doing what he doing, talking trash. And you're not going to talk about Brian Norman dad no more. And here we go. And this I know so much biases. He's been worse than Bill Haney in this build-up, but nobody talks about it because they don't like Bill Haney. Because they don't like Bill Haney. They don't like Bill Haney.
Yeah, listen, and I like Bill Haney.
He's doing a fake Bill Haney. He's doing a fake Bill Haney impersonation. But they don't like Bill, so they love it.
This is how Brian Norman Sr. has always been, though.
Because
you're a Boots fan, so you should know that.
Bro, but what he's doing is what Bill doing. Y'all hate Bill for it. Y'all hate Bill for it.
I don't
love him. Y'all pick and choose like y'all always do. So listen, I can't wait. Little promo for the brunch boxing after show. So I hope everybody come on because Dev's going to school this kid and he's going back to ESPN Plus.
Well, he can't go back there.
Well, it's Tubi at this point, right?
Maybe Tubi at this point, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. He'll be on the Abdullah Mesa undercard.
So you're saying, Ty, the next time you see him, Top Rank will be telling people how to download Tubi?
He'll be in Abdullah Mason undercard fighting a Blue Dream welterweight. And I guess I like Brian Norman, but come on, y'all doing too much.
But, all right, so
hold on.
How do we think both fighters look going into this fight?
Well, I didn't like. Well, you talking about weight wise?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, some guys show it more than others. Like obviously, Haney shows it more than anyone else. But I think he looks all right. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the last performance, I'm not confident on him because last performance, Roe talked about that. He didn't look good. He looked gun shy. He looked scared. I'm counting that he gets back to has a little bit back to confidence back in the ring.
Hey Matt, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Fortunately.
I'm kind of sort of agreeing with Ezra. I do think Haney's going to be fighting negative in this fight. I don't think he's going to be really pressing the issue much. And I want to see how Brian Norman's footwork is as far as cutting the ring off. Because if he can't cut the ring off, it's going to be a long night. And I don't see him winning a decision without dropping him multiple times, like you mentioned, Matt. To Ty's point, though, if Devin wins this fight, I don't care how he wins it. He gets full credit. There's nothing to take away from him for winning this fight. I don't care if it's the most boring fight in the world. It's on Brian Norman for not being able to cut the ring off and do what he got to do. So I'm looking for the same thing. Like Ezra said, I want to see how his footwork is, how he's setting up his shots, and how he's pressing the action, even if Devin's trying to make it a negative, boring fight.
Well, we'll see. We all agree this is the A+ fight, right?
Yes. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Really
this is the
for
A+
more.
fight.
If the build-up, you guys said they're annoying. I think the build-up's been great. I know people were kind of annoyed at the press. I thought the press conference was great when Norman Sr. and Bill were talking. I thought that was fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have not watched 1 minute of these press conferences.
They've been good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they've been decent. So, like I said, when they went up there, I thought it was hilarious. So, the security guard fight, Cornelio shirt, whatever, that was all great.
All right, give us the gambling odds on this one, Huey.
I went through what the money lines were. Your favorite bet plus over one at least one knockdown is -110.
Oh, there we go.
So that's your favorite bet. I think that's a good one for this fight.
Whoop, there it is.
Yeah, if you're gonna take Norman, you might as well take that, right? Because
Devin, depending on who you think is going to be knocked down, heard some people talk about maybe Devin has more power, maybe he walks Norman into a shot. Devin to be knocked down is +158. Brian Norman to be knocked down is +520.
Just remember, I know Progress, he's past it, whatever, but Haney did walk Progress into some shots. He did walk him into shots. I don't think, I know people always saying, "Oh, Devin and Shakur are gonna get to stop his next fight." This is probably not gonna happen.
Why do people always compare this fight to Progress though?
Well, I think the only reason, not that the similar styles in any way, and I think that obviously I think Norman can do more technically than Progress.
Not only that,
but if
you think that Brian Norman don't have fast feet, what the fuck is Regis Progress?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I think that's a similarity right there. Would be like someone that maybe don't have the best feet or the fastest feet. That's what Haney did to him. You know what I mean?
I don't like it.
Going to your picks, Brian Norman by KO or TKO is +200. If you want to go the exact method, KO is +950, TKO is +360.
Not touching that.
Devin Haney by points or decision is +115.
Oh, that's
where the money at.
Yeah.
Now, if you believe Devin's tough, you think he makes it to the finish line, but Brian Norman, does his job. Brian Norman by decision is +330.
He not winning the decision over in that country.
What about this fight just going?
Brian wasn't going to win a decision over Devin Haney either.
Wait,
New York. This Saudi Arabia.
Wait. Question. What about this fight just going the distance? No winner, just picking going the distance.
Just going the distance is. So they think Haney's going to make this fight go. They think Haney's going to take this fight the distance. To go the distance, no is +162. Yes is -215.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So if you think Norman's going to win this fight and you think he's going to win by knockout, that actually might be the best bet.
Mm-hmm.
No. The best bet is the -110 on the knockdown.
Because you have no balls for real. Balls. You talking trash, but you won't put the money on the floor. Yeah, I
got money on the floor.
As he talk all of Ezra, but he won't bet Brian Norman by knockout though.
One thing I'm gonna do.
I bet him by decision.
Listen, I can have my parlay, but I'm also gonna give the boxing audience what the best bet is.
No, man, I get that, man, but you ain't got that much confidence in Brian Norman by knockout because you ain't bet him by knockout.
That's gonna be part of my parlay. What are you talking about?
I got you, homie. Respect.
All right, now we got Ty's thoughts on the future. He said Brian Norman's going to be fighting back on ESPN Plus, Tubi, whatever platform Top Rank finds. Ezra, tomorrow, today, and what is best for boxing?
Okay, for tomorrow, today, for Devin Haney winning, Devin Haney's back. I think people are going to be saying this is the pound for pound guy. The Ryan thing was a slip up. Ryan cheated. Devin Haney's back. He's a top guy at 147, and he's back to being we're the top of the game again. I think that's where we're at with Devin Haney. Brian Norman wins. I think you introduce a new star in boxing. I think people will also. I think whoever wins this fight is going to be considered the best guy at 147. Is going to be considered the guy, and I think people are going to say Brian Norman. Who beats him? He beat Devin Haney. He knocks people out. He's got great timing, and he's got a lot of good matchups at this weight class. Honestly, so I think that either way, you got the best guy in the division. The people that think the best guy in the division will win today. And best for boxing. I think it's Brian Norman. I think Brian Norman. That's a tough
Yeah.
one. I
No,
think
it
it's a
ain't.
tough one. I think it's best for boxing. I got to be honest with you.
No,
He's a
it
guy
ain't.
that look at. He's entertaining when he talks. He's himself. He's not trying to play a character. He can crack, highlight real stuff. Like I think that I do, but I think it's close. Like you could make a case for Haney. I believe it, but I think it's Brian Norman.
Yeah,
He's better.
here's why Brian Norman winning is best for boxing. It's not tainted with Brian Norman. You know, I feel like Haney has already become such a polarizing, divisive figure in boxing for whatever reason. Some of the stuff in his control, some of the stuff out of his control. That I just think that Brian Norman would be a fresh start and a fresh superstar that people could just get behind.
All right.
It's better for boxing. So we talking about that guy. Every time we talking about these draws, but him win over Devin Haney best for boxing. Man, you were so biased, man. It's a shame.
How am I biased? I
Because
don't
you
get it.
definitely.
I like both fighters.
No, you don't like Devin Haney.
I do. I interviewed Devin Haney. What do you mean I don't like Devin Haney?
That's business.
I'm a big fan of Devin Haney. Great guy. Great guy, that Devin Haney.
Another indication of how the books at least think this fight's going to go. The over under is set at 11.5. The over at minus 230.
11.5.
But the under
Plus 168.
Wait. The under 11.5 is plus 168.
Under 11.5 is plus 168.
Well, if you're
It's on the
betting
blue
Norman,
book. It's on the blue book. I'm not even looking at some crazy offshore thing. This is on the mainstream blue book.
well, if you're betting Norman, I think that's the bet to take.
Exactly, as.
Yeah, that's the norm. Under 11.5 is 168. Basically, if you don't go decision, it's 168. I
Yep.
think that's the way to take it. All right.
Hey, you give the people your best bet.
No, that's not my
I'll
best.
give
I'm
the people
picking.
my best bet.
I'm picking Haney. All right, let's keep it
Oh,
rolling.
okay.
Let's go to the
All
next.
right.
Let's go to the
Next fight on the card, we got Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Puma Martinez. Bam is a heavy favorite on the money line, minus 1,300 to Puma's plus 900. Just get your thoughts on this fight. What are the storylines going into it? How are they looking? What's your breakdown, and what are you picking?
Well, listen, Bam is such a high level. He's such a good fighter. And when you get a fighter like that, they make good divisions look bad. I got to be honest with you. I think people are like Matt complaining about his wins when he's cleaning out a good division. A division that we've all been talking about.
Don't
Wait,
lie to the people.
hold on.
No, don't lie to the people. What I'm complaining about is that he has not fought his rival.
Oh, okay.
Junto
All right.
Nakatani.
Hey, we always talk about this. We could go through numerous guys that you like that we could say where his rivals at. Okay, we could do this.
Name one person that I like that didn't fight one of their rivals.
Now it's one of the rivals. Oh, so
Yes.
wait. Was Francisco Estrada not one of his rivals?
No,
That's not one of his rivals.
That's not one of his rivals. That's
You gotta pay attention because once he's not fighting his rivals, multiple.
They're not even
now-
contemporaries.
So now it's one of his rivals, right? And
Bro,
this guy did
Bam
fight one of his
only
rivals.
no, hold on. Bam only has one rival right now. That's
You know what's
Junto
funny?
Nakatani.
It's funny. Let me tell you something about boxing.
Hold on. As his career goes, maybe new guys will pop up.
Well,
but
that's the thing.
Him and Junto Nakatani have been circling each other since 112 pounds for years.
They'll
For
meet up.
years.
They'll meet up.
That is
But
his
here's the thing.
rival.
But here's the thing, right? It's all about perspective in boxing. It's all about perspective. I was telling you that when a guy's so good, he starts to make the weight division not look good, and you people start being overly critical because he's such a high level. Wait, hold on.
What do you mean, you people?
First of all, I don't even think I said you people, but maybe I did. I didn't mean it in a racial way. Now, the second thing, right? First thing, not even second. I can't even get past the first thing. I'm trying to get to the first thing. I can't even get through it. He's so good, they make the division look like it's bad, and people start complaining about beating guys that you thought were good just a few weeks ago, okay, or a few months ago, or a year ago. People start complaining. Now, the next thing, it's all about perspective. You get a lot of guys, they start winning, and then people will say, "Oh, why doesn't he fight this guy?" And people say, "Well, he's too young. You got to give him time. He's got to develop." But Bam is so good that at a young age, you kind of fight. When he fights the guys that are older than him, then he cleans out that thing. They say, "Oh, well, they're old, and he's a young gun." It's all about perspective. This guy is a pound for pound talent. I'm telling you, want to do tomorrow today? This guy is going to be After today, people are going to say, hey, this guy is a future pound for pound #1 guy in the sport. This guy is making weight divisions, and it's not the only guy to do that. Chocolatito made a weight division, smaller weight division relevant. Anyways, made the small division relevant. But he's keeping on that legacy of making these small divisions relevant. People are paying attention to it. This guy, if he was 135 pounds, if he was 140 pounds, he'd probably be the biggest star in boxing. This dude, style is great to watch. It's aesthetically pleasing. He's a knockout artist. If you look at all those rankings, all those things where they say hit to getting hit ratio, this guy's on the top of the list. This guy's defensively better than people realize. He can do it all in the ring. He's got one of the best jabs.
Well, he's not on top of the Shakur is.
Okay, is he number 2? Who's number 2?
He's not Shakur.
Okay, but who's number 2?
You said top of the list. But
what does top of the list mean? It don't mean exactly the top. It just means he's at the top of the list. Did I say that? I just say that.
Y'all talking about Ring Magazine list?
Look at
no,
this guy.
We're talking about plus minus. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right?
Wait, hold on. See, I can't even get through a point in here.
Hurry up! God damn!
Why hurry up? We got a show. We have a show to fill. We usually do 2 hours. Am I looking at this right? If I have 56 minutes, I didn't know we were at 2 hours already.
I want to talk too. I want to talk.
Goodness, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, like I'm saying,
man.
This guy is smoking everybody. He's got the great jab. He's got the best footwork. He's doing everything at the highest level. Okay, he's fighting tough competition consistently. This guy is great for boxing. He's gonna have another dominant performance. And I'm with Rold. He's in there with a guy that is tough. He is in there with a guy that's tough, but he's gonna make it look easy. Okay, that's what he does. This guy's high level stuff. Now let's hear Matt hate on him.
I don't need to hate on him. I just want him to fight his rival. Junto Nakatani. 112. Bam moves up to 115. Junto moves up to 115. Bam moves back to 112. Junto moves up to 118. Bam moves up to 115. Now Junto's at 122. Guess where Bam going after this fight? Come on, man. This
120.
But you know what? Let me focus on today's fight. Very good matchup.
Who has a better resume? Between the 2 guys you just named, who has a better resume?
Bam.
Okay, so what the hell are we doing?
But what does that have to do with not fighting your rival? I don't get it.
What I'm saying is Junto going to clean out the guys that Bam is cleaning out? Was he going to do that? Was he doing that? No. So I don't understand what we're doing here. Now, these guys are young. They're probably going to fight each other. Okay, they probably will match up.
I don't think so.
And you're going to be the guy complaining, saying, "Oh, this is too late."
I don't think so.
27 years old. It's too late.
That's what you're going to do. I don't think so. You know, I wish Junto and Bam could be like Tank and Ryan Garcia. 2 young, strong, in their prime fighters. They said, you know what? We don't even need a belt on the line. You're my rival. We're gonna fight each other.
Maybe if Junto takes a weight clause thing where he cuts weight and then rehydration clause where he can't gain weight, maybe that fight would happen. I wonder if you would give Bam his credit if they did that. I'm curious if you would give him his credit. I'm curious if Bam will even take the fight. Yeah. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's a good fight today. Bam should win. Here's the thing about
why should he win?
I'm gonna tell you why he should win. Because I think Puma should not be at 115 pounds anymore. I think Puma should have left 150 pounds 2 fights ago. This is a guy who had to fake an illness to postpone his fight with Kazuto Ioka because he wasn't even close to making weight. And then to top it off, he overshot the weight cut. He overshot the weight cut by like almost 2 pounds.
Not a great sign.
Yeah. That just tells me that if Ben wants to win, he got to beat him up to the body. You beat him up to the body, he'll probably get him out of there within 6 rounds.
You know, if Ben wants to win, he beats everybody up to the body. That's the difference.
Tell him beat Junto up to the body. Tell him beat Junto up to the body.
What you think of this fight, Ty?
No, I mean, I ain't too much of I don't know too much about Puma, but my thing about Bam is like, I think he's the one guy in boxing that can't be criticized. If you say anything bad about Bam, people go.
Thank you, Ty.
You can't say nothing bad about Bam.
No, you can say
say bad about Bam, but it's just like
Hey.
it's this ridiculous complaints that I don't like.
It's not
Like you
ridiculous.
can complain about
I
that.
have
I
been
don't
wanting
care.
him to fight Junto for years. What's ridiculous about it?
But what I'm saying is like,
it's ridiculous to want him to fight Junto Nakatani.
Wait. Okay, I wanted to see Tank fight Shakur for years. Are you complaining about that? Because is that not his rival?
No. See, here's the
Are
thing,
they not in the same weight? Wait, am I wrong? Are they not in the same weight class? Am I wrong?
Hold on. They've been at the same weight class for a year.
They champions. They champions in the same weight class.
They've been in the same weight class for a year.
Bro.
So that's how I know you're lying.
Bro,
that's how I know you're lying.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, you know what? Hold on.
Oh my God, this is
hold
ridiculous.
on, because now
what about,
I'm about to embarrass you.
What about Devin Haney?
I'm about to embarrass you.
What about Devin Haney? Were they in the same weight class?
Yeah, they should have fought. They should have fought.
They should have fought. They should have fought. But I don't hear you complaining every week about it.
Well, because here's the thing. Tank has fought at least one of his rivals, so I'm not going to complain. There's a difference between fighting at least one of your rivals and not fighting any of your rivals.
At that point, right? At that point, Matt. At that point.
At what point, bro? He didn't fight any of his rivals.
Tank fought Ryan. At that point, when Tank fought Ryan, was he considered, and not your opinion, everyone else's opinion, right? Was he considered the toughest of all those matchups? Between Shakur, Haney, and all that. Was Ryan considered
Shakur wasn't in the conversation. He wasn't even at 135. No, he wasn't. No, bro. No, he was in the conversation. This is what happens when you ask
Shakur's been at 135 for 2 years, not one.
Bro, no. Shakur came in 135 middle to end to 2023.
November 16th, 2023. It is 6 days past 2 years.
Okay. But
it doesn't even matter.
This was after he fought Ryan Garcia already.
No, but it doesn't even matter. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. Because did Hector Garcia come up from 130 to fight Tank? How about Lamont Rose? Did he come up from 130 to fight Tank?
Shakur didn't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, was Tank out of the realm of fighting guys at 130? They weren't options for him? Cut the crap, Matt. I'm not putting up with it today. Okay, it's a great day of boxing. Okay, cut the crap.
You know what's so funny?
Hey, what was Sonny Edwards? Calling out 210, 21-0 was what he was claiming? That was a rival, and
he was a great fighter. They weren't rivals.
So stop the hate on Texas.
They weren't rivals.
Kid said, "Don't mess with Texas." And you see what happened. Matt, keep on.
They weren't rivals.
Then he's gonna whoop your ass.
They weren't rivals.
Can we all agree that? Can we all agree that if Bam wins here, and goes on to beat the winner of Kenshiro and Willie Baldo, which I think he probably will, there is a unique opportunity next fall after Nakatani and Inoue for him. And there's really no reason not to do it, given where everyone will be commercially and on the pound for pound stuff and all that. The winner of Inoue and Nakatani, is there any reason for Bam not to jump 2 weight classes and go after them immediately next fall?
There's not. Wait. There's not. And I think we'll get it. I honestly think we'll get it.
Oh my!
Unless there's one guy. Wait, let me tell you one thing.
Hey, tomorrow's today. Tomorrow's today. Prepare to be disappointed.
Wait.
Prepare to be disappointed.
Let me tell you. There's one guy with some star power in boxing. And he also fights. I believe Monday, and that's Tenshin Nakazawa. And if he says, "Hey, I'll fight Bam," because this is a guy with a crazy mentality. If he says, "I'll fight Bam," I think Bam will take that fight. I think that will be the connecting point for 118, and then he'll move up to the winner 122. So I think if they want to make that fight, and they feel like that's a huge fight, and Tenshin has a really insane mentality, and he beats Inoue's brother, I think that there's a chance we get that fight, and then he goes and fights the winner of that. I think Bam's going to really go for it. Look at Bam says he wants to find out what he is. He ain't trying to be in boxing long. He wants to find out if he's really the best in the world. I think this guy's a different mentality. Now, Matt, you can complain all you want, but when he gets in with one of these guys, you know the reason why he won't fight Junto? Because Junto might not make it to him. Because Junto's got Inoue problems. So he'll fight the winner. Let's see if it's Junto. Let's see if he can play then.
I will say this time next year, if Inoue beats Nakatani and Bam is undisputed at 115, the biggest fight in the history of junior featherweight would be Bam versus Inoue. Like, there's nothing else quite like it commercially in the history of boxing.
Yeah, but Bam won't take it, so why are we even talking about it? But anyway, listen, I remember you had a boxing pundit saying, since we're talking about Tank and Ryan and Haney and all these guys at 135. There was a fucking boxing pundit who said that Haney is not levels above any of the guys at 135. And then he said that he's good, but Ryan, Loma, and Tank will be in all those fights. He can't hold anyone up. And then they went on to say that Ryan is severely underrated and he'll be a nightmare for Haney. So you tell me if Ryan Garcia was the worst of the bunch.
No, what I'm saying is that's fine. Look at Ryan.
Are you floating?
He's the worst of the bunch if you make him.
Worst of
He's the
what
worst.
bunch?
He's the worst of the bunch for sure if you make him rehydrate. Or
No.
rehydration. He's for sure the worst of the bunch.
What if he's the worst of the bunch?
Well, what?
Because a very smart boxing pundit said that he was going to be a nightmare for Haney.
Hey,
I
he's
know that guy.
voting. He's
I know that
voting,
guy.
people.
But he
Do
also.
you? Do you know that guy? Do you know that guy?
I know that guy, but I know for a fact that he didn't have to redraw hydration clause versus Haney. I know for a fact he didn't even make weight. And
Who's
Haney
that
didn't
guy?
even think to make him
Hey,
hydrate. Hey,
who's
I know
that-
that guy. Hey,
who's
I
that
know
guy?
that guy.
Who's that guy, Ezra?
Don't worry about it. I know that guy.
Who's that guy, Ezra?
I know that guy.
Yeah. Who's
Hey,
that
man,
guy?
hold on. Who them guys?
No. You know-
Is that the man they know as Mr. One Take?
Oh my God! Please.
Oh, no. That's the man that we know as EzRaw Boxing.
Oh,
I know
That's
that
the
guy.
man that we know as EzRaw Boxing.
I know that guy.
Yeah. You know that guy because you're looking at him in the mirror, you
that guy.
fucking idiot.
I know that guy.
It's amazing how people like to switch it up.
No,
There's
no switch up.
narrative.
There's no switch up. What I'm telling you is
Narrative.
you're one perspective negative on Bam. So everything you could complain about, which you really can't complain about Bam, but everything you want to complain about, you could complain about your guy, Tank. So that's what I'm telling you. It's all about perspective.
No. Got him.
You're the seagull.
Got him.
You're the seagull on Little Mermaid. You didn't get me. You're the seagull on Little Mermaid. You're looking at it the wrong way. You're looking at the telescope the wrong way. You're the guy Little Mermaid. Look at the telescope the wrong way.
Matt, he thought you forgot, Matt.
Hey.
Let's get this back on the
Hey, you know
on
what's
track.
funny?
Hey, Matt, he thought you forgot.
hey, you, hold on, hey, you.
Hey.
I got a question real quick. See, what can we get going? I could have heard something wrong. Come on, you know my
You
shit
didn't
fucked
get
up.
me. I want that to be clear.
What's
You
up?
didn't get
Hold
me.
on. Let Ty get his question.
No, real quick. So y'all think if they let's say the perfect world, they make anyway versus Bam, right? Y'all think that's a bigger fight than Tank versus Shakur?
No, he said in that weight class. He said
Yeah,
that weight
for
class.
junior.
No,
featherweight.
no.
Oh, okay.
But Matt,
Oh
you see
man.
how Ezra thought you forgot what he said?
No,
Hey,
it's not forget. What I said exactly was, what did the boxing pundits at that time, what did they say? I forget what he said.
Hey,
But
listen,
I'm telling
Ezra.
you, and look at
He protests too much.
Let me
He
tell you right now.
protests too much.
Let me tell you right now.
All right,
Let me tell you
let's
right
get back on track,
now.
Ezra.
No.
Tomorrow,
Okay, no.
today, Ezra.
No.
Let's get back on track.
You're gonna try
Oh,
to laugh
man.
this up. You didn't win this argument. You know
Hey,
I put
all
out
right,
every
all
flaw.
right,
You
all
never
right.
corrected
Hold
it.
on.
So the
Let
thing-
Ezra
now, like I said,
Ezra make his point.
Now I said-
Hold on,
like I
no.
said before, but like I
You
said,
see this? Huey, you wanted to move on. And now that your boy looking stupid, you say, let me
I
get this
don't look
argument up.
stupid.
No,
I don't
we're
look stupid.
moving on.
You're trying to put that
We're
on me.
moving on.
I deflected from it. I deflected it.
We're
It didn't
moving
work.
on.
It didn't hit me. It didn't hit me. What I'm telling you
Yeah.
is you got your BS points. Look at
Hey,
I could have did what you're doing
Hey.
right now
and your gum
10
is dry.
times. In this argument, I
And
could've
your
did
gum
what
is
you-
dry.
Wait, hold on.
And your
In this
gum is
argument,
dry.
I could have did what you're doing right now
You're
10 times.
struggling.
Where I proved you wrong
You're
10 times.
struggling to chew. You're struggling to chew.
That's what I'm saying. It's just deflection, Matt. This is deflection.
Oh,
What
man.
you're trying to
Alright.
do, look at what
Let's
this
take
is.
a look.
What this is. Let me tell you what it is. This is Sergio Martinez. You took a beating for 11 rounds. Now you might have wobbled me in the 12th. I might have got a little shaky, but I made it to the decision. That's the part you don't realize. I'm still getting my hand raised at the end of this one.
All right, what's best for boxing? Bam winning or Puma winning?
Man, winning. It's not even close.
All right, he did already give us tomorrow today for Bam.
Oh man, got him.
You didn't get me.
But just
You didn't get me.
I'm gonna say this right now before we move on from this fight. There's nowhere to make money on this fight. Unless
Why
you
not?
think Puma's winning, there's nowhere to make money on this fight.
Why not?
Jesse Rodriguez money line minus 1,300. Jesse Rodriguez KO TKO minus 240. By
That's good.
decision. By decision is plus 250. I don't think it goes to a decision, so that's why I'm ruling that out. Total rounds over under it's minus one. I guess that's decent. Minus 102. Puma to be knocked down minus 250.
Whoa, hold on. Over under rounds. What's the rounds?
9.5.
Oh, that's a good bet.
Over is minus 102. Under is minus 132. And then the knockdown bet, you have to bet on 2+ knockdowns to get even money. Otherwise, it's minus 280 for one.
Under 9.5 is the good bet.
At minus 132.
What's the 2+ knockdowns?
Even money plus 100.
No.
There's not a lot of spots to make money on this. If you want to put this fight into a parlay, I think it's worth it. But I don't think there's anything to really straight bet on this outside of the under, like you said.
All right, let's move on to the next bout.
Last fight on today's card, the opening bout that we're going to care about is Abdullah Mason going for his first world title against Sam Noakes. Abdullah Mason is a minus 410 favorite against Sam Noakes, plus 320 on the money line. Just go right into it. What are your thoughts on this fight? What are you hearing leading into it? And then obviously, what are your grades? Breakdown. Tell us what's best and give us your tomorrow today.
I think Sam Noakes is the kind of guy in this kind of matchup where if you keep watching him, the more you like him. But you might convince yourself that this is going to be a competitive fight because the more you watch Sam Noakes, he doesn't know what he's doing. He got a little bit like Triple G style to him, a little bit. Doesn't have the power, and he doesn't. And he's kind of limited. Well, to me, he's kind of a one-hand fighter in some ways, right? His limitations on the other hand. I think Abdullah Mason is going to win this fight. I think that people are thinking of the fight where Abdullah Mason got dropped twice. And they're thinking, well, this guy's a better technical fighter, and he's going to apply pressure, and he could hit a little bit. He might do it. But the thing is with that guy that Abdullah Mason was dropped by, that guy was willing to exchange, and he was a little bit wild, and he was a little bit Noakes the kind of guy that kind of wants to place his shots. He kind of wants to be perfect and put his shots when it's the right spot. I think that he doesn't move his head off the line. I think he's real straightforward, and I think Abdullah Mason's going to be able to pick him apart. He's going to apply pressure. But I don't know at what point does he just get caught and get put to sleep in this fight. The more you look at it, like I said, this fight could get a little tricky. The more you look at it and talk yourself into this being a competitive fight. But I think Abdullah Mason has way more offensive versatility. He's being more selective with the shots. He's going to be more defensively aware in this fight because that's really what he's been working on. And I think he's going to put Noakes to sleep. Honestly, I think that Sam Noakes is going to come forward, stay in front of him too long, and not exchange. I don't think he's going to look to exchange enough. I don't think he's going to take those opportunities to take those chances enough. And I think it becomes kind of a target at this fight. So I'm going to take Abdullah Mason. Today, I think that Abdullah Mason is a really interesting name at 135 pounds. I think people are really excited for him. And I think that he finally enters that level with guys like Shakur and them as a potential matchup with them. So I think that people are going to be very excited about Abdullah Mason tomorrow.
Yeah, this fight to me is just as one-sided as Benavidez versus Yard. I don't think there's a path to victory for Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes is too slow. Cement feet, slow hands. Abdullah Mason, he got to win, and he got to win spectacularly, or I'm going to be disappointed. Yeah, that's all I got for this fight.
All right. TY, Gold, anyone else have anything to add before I go over some of the betting odds?
I just want to see.
I'll say that I think. Oh, go ahead, TY.
No, real quick. I just want to see Abdullah a competitive fight. I want to see. They say Bull can punch, so I want to see Bull if Bull can do something. But not from what I read. They say he ain't he just a slow cement feet guy. So let's see a start making performance.
Mason and Noakes is an ideal starter belt fight to get somebody into the title ranks without moving them up to serious contenders just yet. Mason's going to look spectacular in this fight.
I will say, as we mentioned with the money line, odds makers have him heavily favored at minus 410. When we get through some of the prop betting, it does get a little bit closer. There's some spots to make money. Abdullah Mason by KO, TKO, if you think he's getting stoppage, is minus 130. Abdullah Mason on the over for this fight on the over under is going to be 9.5. You get minus 110 on the over, minus 120 on the under. If you again, I think this is a good one. If you're picking Abdullah to win by stoppage, Sam Noakes to be knocked down is minus 126. There's not a lot to be made on the total knockdowns. 1+ knockdown is minus 240. 2+ knockdowns is plus 125 though. So what are your bets for this fight? Ezra, let's go for you first.
I think Abdullah Mason by stoppage. I think that Abdullah Mason by stoppage, I think is a pretty good bet for this fight, and I think it's a safe one.
Matt?
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's gonna happen early, so I'm going under the 9.5 rounds.
Do you have a group of rounds you think it might end in that we can give the odds for?
No.
All right. Then right into the next breakdown. We've kind of been breaking down this card. So EzRaw, before we get into your raw hard cash and then Matt's best bet, what is your breakdown for the Tenshin Nasukawa and Takuma Inoue card?
I think the Tenshin's going to be too much offensively for him. Like I said, Tenshin is a guy that he has a really entertaining style. He's some guys that just naturally just fighters. This dude's a natural fighter. That's just it. Like he has technically, he's never, I don't think, going to catch up to like the highest level. I don't believe so, but he got to a really high level that I don't think a lot of people thought he could get to. So it's already pretty much an accomplishment. But I don't think like he's going to have too much technical flaws against like a course a guy like Inoue, Junto, and Bam. He don't have too much technical flaws. He's very entertaining style. He's going to, I think, punch too much for Inoue's brother, Takuma. I think that he's going to work the body. He's going to look good in this fight. This is a good matchup for him to look really good in. And I think he's going to win. And I think he's a very interesting star power. So like they don't really have to put him in with like the best guys because I think he's going to be one of the bigger stars in the sport. And if he gets to this point, it's really interesting what they match him up with. I think a Bam fight is really interesting. And the way that's because of his mentality though. They don't have to do that. I don't think they need Bam, but his mentality might be like, I want to test myself against this guy.
And do you have a grade for that card?
Not for the card, but for that fight, I love it. That's an A+ to me.
Can we all agree that the Ring 4 card is an A+?
I was just about to say we didn't have you give a grade for that card, so I wanted you to grade that as well. Now that we went through all of those fights,
the Ring card is an A+. There's no doubt about it. No, let's say the West. But I'm going to say
is this the best card of the year?
It is not. The card I'm going to San Antonio is the best card of the year on paper. That's the best card of the year. And like look, I said, PBC stepped in last minute, put this card to me to finalize this card and made the best card of the year, in my opinion.
I agree. And for those who don't know what he's talking about, we're talking about Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach, December 6th, live from San Antonio.
All right. And then before we put a button on discussing the details of the card here, Matt, I know there's been some discussion about the start time. Just remind everyone when the fights that they care about are going to start.
6 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in. 6 p.m. Eastern time.
All right. Now,
okay. I like that. You see Turkey for the people, Matt. You see he moving it back for the East Coast.
Actually, I don't Turkey? Like that. I don't. I would have rather the
God, EzRaw. He never satisfied.
You can't win with this guy. You can't win with this guy, man.
So here's the thing.
You can't win with this guy,
Ty. I'm looking at the ring walks for each of the fights. It's an hour in between every fight, Ty. An hour. I don't want to hear the Ring 4 podcast in between fights. Get to the fucking fights.
I want to hear
Get the
McCoy
people in the fucking ring.
They should have had
also be aware they've posted ring walk times before and still run 60 to 90 minutes behind on a pretty regular basis.
You know what, Roll? That was a very valid point to bring up. They never run early. They only run late.
Yeah, they need Aladdin in production for these cards.
Sound like some people I know.
Now, we do want to get through. This is a show for the people. So
is that black people true?
I think so. He's talking about brunch boxing.
Yeah.
I know I was joking. Come on, bro.
This is a show for the people. So we want to make the people some money. Matt, what's your best bet for the people today? What you got for the parlay?
All right, here we go with the parlay. All right. Benavidez by stoppage. Okay. Brian Norman by stoppage. Abdullah Mason by stoppage. Bam by stoppage. This is going to be the Knockout Kings Day. All stoppages today.
Oh, wow.
All stoppages today. But I will say, my best bet of the day, Brian Norman, Devin Haney, at least one knockdown at -110.
Yeah,
straight bet, double your money.
Okay. What are the odds for that parlay you just named?
I don't know. He was the one over there with the clicker.
Oh, you didn't break that.
I thought you put it together. I didn't actually put it together here.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to hit anyways. Now, here's the thing. This is my parlay.
That's crazy.
This is gonna be big money right here. You know, I'm obviously in the green this year. It's been a hell of a year for me betting wise. I made you guys money. Let's make more. I got Abdullah Mason by stoppage, Bam Rodriguez by stoppage, Devin Haney by point or decision, and David Benavidez by stoppage. All that put together is plus 765. Once again, Abdullah Mason by stoppage, Bam Rodriguez by stoppage, Benavidez by stoppage, and Devin Haney by point or decision is plus 765.
Hey, Ez, hold on, Ez.
Yeah.
I got the same parlay as you. I backed your parlay. I put mine in Wednesday. Mine's is 9 something.
Yeah, I put mine in today, so you probably got better odds.
No, the money on Haney has
Shifted.
gotten worse. Has gotten worse since then.
Well, I got Haney by decision or technical decision, and I got all the rest of the fights by knockout like you. Ez. Mine's like 9.
I want to make sure I got your parlay right here. Mason by KO TKO, Bam by KO TKO, David by KO TKO, at least one knockdown in Brian Norman, Devin Haney.
Yeah, that's what he got. I don't know where his guy is. We got Peter Marcelli.
It is plus 668.
It's not bad. A little bit less than mine.
And then he's been absent from the show since we moved to YouTube. We thought we might have an appearance since we started the Twitter space again. We did not have an appearance from Mike. However, he did bring back the easy money parlay.
Oh God. Oh no.
You know, it's so funny. He brought back the easy money parlay after I removed it from the rundown finally.
I noticed that. I'm sharing it on the screen now for the people so you can go through that here.
Hey, Hugh. Now here we go. Do y'all want a safe parlay?
Yeah.
I got a safe parlay for y'all.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
A safe parlay. I'll do the over in the Devin Haney fight. Benavidez money line, Bam money line, and Abdullah by knockout. That's the safe parlay.
I got a safe one. Just remove the Devin Haney fight from mine, and I think that's like plus, I don't know, like 190, I think. So if you just remove the Devin Haney one for mine, that's plus 190. I feel pretty confident in the other three.
Right. Does anyone else have any bets they want to throw out for the people before we move on?
Real quick, just look at the odds on a draw for that Devin Haney Brian Norman fight. That just something I thought about real quick.
Plus 2,000. Oh wait, hold on. I'm on David Benavidez. Give me 1 second. It is plus 2,000. So I'm little background here because that's a great question. Plus 2,000 is standard for any fight for the draw. We're at plus 1,300 here.
Oh, Ez. So Ez, listen, I got conspiracy theory, but they're not that smart. Let's say they say, you know what? The real main event is the co-main. Let's do a draw and bring it back to the States to make some money. But they're not that smart though.
That's Vince McMahon thinking right there.
That was a great question, Trill.
Hey,
any other
if you guys just go with the safest of safe bets, straight money line, Abdullah Mason, Bam Rodriguez, David Benavidez, that's still minus 215.
Question.
Now you got to put a little bit of money on it, but that is a really safe bet.
Question.
$100 to get you $46.
If eliminate the Haney fight, what's the best chance of an upset here?
Best chance of an upset is Puma over Bam.
Wow. Okay.
I think yard catching David early is the best chance of an upset.
What about Noakes? Noakes with Abdullah Mason.
I don't see it.
It's too slow.
I'm with you, Huey.
It's too slow, man.
Hey, but come on. Ain't no from Australia.
Hey Matt, I got a question for you.
Australians, they tough, man.
What's the question,
Matt? Do you have a round prediction? I know on your parlay you had not Norman by stoppage. Do you have a round prediction?
I think it's gonna be within the first 6 rounds, 1 through 6.
Now, if he gets past the second half of the fight, do you think that benefits Haney in a major way?
No, because Norman Power carries late.
Okay. If it gets to the second half, do you think Norman will be down on the cards?
No.
Okay.
Brian Norman to win 1 through 6 is plus 800.
Ooh.
That's not a bad bet, honestly.
I might have to take that, Matt.
Yeah, I think
I might have to take that bet.
If you take Norman, I think you're taking Norman by stoppage, and I think
Matt, you put money on the floor for that plus 800, man.
What about Abdullah Mason 1 through 6.
Abdullah,
I
like
don't
that.
think
1
that
through
fight's
6.
gonna
Let
make
me
the
tell
second
you
half.
one moment. Plus 390.
Ooh.
I don't hate that.
And if you want to get
Damn, I'm about to spend some money on these.
if you want to get real spicy with the bet, you put those together and it is plus 4,300. It's a nice payout.
Now, what's Benavidez 1 through 6?
It's just to add the early night parlay. See what that does. It's plus 310, and if you put all three of those together, it is plus 1,800 basically.
18,000.
18,000. You're correct. Thank you for the correction. I'm not used to that. There was too many digits here from the odds that I'm used to seeing.
We need one of those King P parlays where
Hold on, Matt. So should I put that in and put 1,000 on it?
This is it. Where if
just send me the 1,000. I know what to do with
it. Wait, what's that one? What is that? 18,000 one?
Dude, if you put $10 on it, you make $1,800.
What is it? What's the bet?
It's Abdullah, Norman, and David all win the fights within 6 rounds.
Man.
Now add them and see what it really is.
Hey, Matt.
This is a sicko bet. This is a King P bet. If you add all 4 fights,
you there, Matt? You going?
I'm here.
His standard standalone bet is plus 290, and it brings it to plus 70,000.
And by the way, if we go with my as Todd calls it, my no balls bet of just knockdowns in each fight, it's still plus 419. By the way,
plus 70,000. So what does $10 get you?
There's some money to be made tonight. I think that's the.
Hey, Matt, you know how I know we right? Matt, you know how I know we right about the Bam conversation? Because they got Lawrence that said it's ridiculous. They're talking about Bam like that. So I know that idiot Lawrence said it, so I know we're right, man.
Hey, listen.
Hold on, Huey.
Bam Rodriguez might as well be a dead rapper because he gets the best promotion.
Hey, Huey, on that plus 70,000, what does $10 get you?
7,000.
Oh yeah, okay, perfect.
Come on, Touch. You went to private school, Touch.
You must have been a hell of an athlete. You must have been a hell of an athlete.
We do have one parlay from the listeners here. I got Lawrence. Will the fight go the distance in Brian Norman versus Devin Haney? Yes. Abdullah Mason money line. David Benavidez, Anthony Yard will not go the distance. And Bam versus Puma has 1+ knockdown. This is at plus 271. So hopefully the listeners take some of what we said, make some money tonight. Now let's get on to the news and notes.
Yo,
you cut.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him. He'll be back.
That's that Philly Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the news and notes for the week.
Honest. It sounded aggressive the way he was coming at me. I gotta be honest. It didn't sound like that was gonna be good for me.
We do have TY back.
Hey,
TY.
yo.
No, I was saying you still a fighter. You chewing gum, and eating ice. What you cutting weight?
I am cutting weight.
This
is my new diet. I'm just starving myself.
Yeah, that's what fighters that cut weight do. He cutting weight on Brunch Boxing. You see this? Matt cooking last week. You cutting weight. It's a great show.
2 different mentalities.
Trill, did you have something to add?
No, I didn't have anything to add.
All right. Moving on to the news and notes for the week, we have Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua had a face-to-face for the first time ahead of their December 19th bout on Netflix. What do we think of this matchup?
Jake Paul
and their face-off. What are your thoughts on their face-off as well?
Jake Paul is tougher and braver than your favorite fighter. That's just the truth of it. Than most of your favorite fighters, this guy's tougher and braver because he's going to go in there and get knocked out cold.
Don't give Matt this ammo. He just went on a rant about Bam.
Let me tell you right now, this dude is going in there and knows he's going to get his head taken off by Anthony Joshua. Because the problem with Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua's a psycho. He's a sicko. He's not going to carry you. He's going to knock you out cold and smile about it. This dude is going to knock Jake Paul's head off his shoulders. And Jake Paul's still mad enough to say this, do it. You cannot, to me, criticize Jake Paul in any way because he's getting in the ring with Anthony Joshua. People say, oh, I want to see him get knocked out. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you right now. This don't prove anything. If he gets knocked out here, people say, oh, look at that. Of course that happened. Of course it happened. Exactly. This doesn't prove anything. He should get knocked out by this guy, but he's getting in with this guy. That's insane. That is insane. I give this guy all the credit in the world for that. That card is terrible. That card sucks. I will tell you this, though. That card sucks. They really needed that wrestle fight on there because this card sucks. But that right there is really an insane mentality this guy has to get in there with Anthony Joshua.
Matt, we still got you?
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, it is what it is. I will say this. As brave as Jake Paul is, he looked scared.
Well, I would be too. Let me tell you something. The people think about brave, right? And they think that brave is like you have no fear. No, brave is being afraid and still doing it. That's the bravest man in the world. Just know what your fate is. Know you have that fear inside and still getting in that ring. That's the problem when we think we're brave. We're misunderstanding it. Oh, brave. He goes in there, has no fear. No, that's not brave. No, what the hell are you brave about? You have no fear.
Right. Well, Ryan Garcia thinks that that Jake pulls out with an injury. What do you think?
No. The one thing about Jake Paul, he's not these other guys. If he signs his name on the contract, he will be there. He will be in that ring. That's the one thing I know about Jake Paul. He signs his name on the contract, he'll be in that ring. That event will happen.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
When Jake Paul versus Tank was announced, you were very critical of Gervonta Tank Davis.
Yeah, it sucked.
Why are you not critical of Anthony Joshua?
This fight sucks too, but here's the one thing.
No. Why are you not critical?
Are you going to ask a question? Let me answer. You got to let me answer, okay? Because I got energy for the second half of this podcast. I don't feel like you do. It feels like your energy is definitely you're counting the seconds of the round to you. And me, I feel like I could keep going. I feel like we're just getting going, honestly. I'm ready to start the show. You ready to start the show? Let's start the show. Okay, what I'm saying, though, is Anthony Joshua didn't ask for this fight. He didn't chase this fight. They late replacement, and Anthony Joshua really isn't holding up anything. I think at the point of Anthony Joshua's career, he's not holding up anything. He's not like Canelo. Okay, Canelo was holding up stuff. Tank Davis is holding up stuff. Anthony Joshua isn't really holding up stuff. And to me, it's not even a long buildup. Anthony Joshua is just kind of showing up and saying, yeah, if you want to get your head taken off in a month from now, I'll show up and knock you out. And
Anthony Joshua is holding up a Deontay Wilder fight, and he's holding up a Tyson Fury fight.
Yeah, with these fights. Okay, that all that stuff's done. Okay, he's not really holding up anything. He didn't go begging for this fight. He didn't go try to make this fight. He just said, hey, they said him a thing. He said, fine, I'll knock your head off. I'll show up, knock your head off. No problem. That's the difference. With Tank holding up events, holding up fighters' careers, all these things, I think that was all negative. That's why I do it. Because Tank's at the top of his career. Anthony Joshua's come to the end. But either way, it still sucks. I don't think this is great for Joshua. I don't think that. But I think he's going to go and knock the guy's head off. And then fight in February, fight another heavyweight, then fight a bigger fight, and probably get stopped again by another top heavyweight. That's what his career's going to be. I thought that when Tank did this, he was going to be done. And I think that's true. I think that Tank was going to fight that and be done with boxing. And he didn't fight Roach. Wasn't fighting top guys. Well, he's a top guy and a top name in the sport. Same thing with Canelo when he was going to do it. Because don't get yourself wrong. Canelo was going to do it. It took Turkey going there to say, hey, don't make this happen. I'll give you money for a fight no one wants to see. But Canelo was going to do this fight. He was going to do this fight. And he stopped boxing, and he's delayed the sport, delayed Benavidez' career, and this comes falling apart. It's just like falling out of my mouth right now. But it delayed his career and delayed a lot of people's stuff, right? And hurt promotions because of it. So that's why. That's where I stand on that.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right, Canelo Alvarez announced his intention to have a rematch with Terrence Crawford. First of all, two questions. First, should he? Second, should Terrence Crawford give him a rematch?
Hey, if I'm Terrence Crawford and Canelo asks me for a rematch, I say, sorry, boys. That train has left the station. Ain't no rematches in this shit, bitch. No, because Canelo wouldn't have given him a rematch if he would have lost. No, I don't think so, man. If I'm Terrence Crawford, I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Bigger and better things.
I mean, okay. As far as resume and everything, he already proved his point. I don't think he needs to have this rematch. I don't think it proves anything at this point. I mean, as far as he's a better fighter, he accomplished that great thing. But bigger, there's nothing bigger. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's nothing bigger than that fight. We know that they said that Terrence Crawford accepted the Jake Paul offer when they offered it. He said, yeah, let's do it then, right? Because he kind of saw it the same way. It's like, I'll step in and beat out this guy, right? But there's nothing bigger than, if you're not going to be Jake Paul, Canelo's nothing bigger. So I don't know where
I will say, though, Terrence Crawford, man, he really respects Jake Paul.
Why is that?
Because he needed time to get ready for the fight. He wanted it in 2026.
Is that the case? Because I heard he accepted it for the same date. They just
he accepted it, but he said he wanted it in 2026.
Yeah, I think Terrence Crawford just likes vacation. But let me tell you this right now. There's better fights out there. There's more things that I think he add to his resume. Like I really do think if Janibek can get the other belt, he could be Lara and get Adames, and then he's undisputed at middleweight. Like, of course, we're seeing stuff they've never seen before. I think that's better for his resume. But bigger, there's nothing bigger. So I think that there's a real chance this fight happens. Yeah, and I think that Canelo, like I said, has no problem getting outboxed. I really don't think he has a problem with that. Because his mentality is like, oh, well, I go there fight and the guys outbox me, but I always have the mentality to come forward. I don't think he wants to get beat down by a Benavidez who will push him back and beat the hell out of him. But if he fights Crawford again, Crawford is going to be way more confident in this fight than he even was there. He knows what the weaknesses are. He got the game figured out. He might stop Canelo this time. Like, I think that there's a good chance he stops Canelo this time. He might put an absolute beating on him. So I don't think that's a good idea for Canelo. But the money-wise makes too much sense. I think this fight probably a good chance it happens again.
Hey, Matt, it's money on the floor, Matt. Get that free money. Whoop his ass. Knock his. It's money on the floor, Matt. Fuck you talk about. And I need a bigger split this time. What we talking about, Ezra?
Does Netflix take this fight again, you guys think?
No.
You don't think it's big enough?
No.
Okay. I think they'll do it.
Fucking put on record pay-per-view. It's Canelo.
I actually think Ezra, the rematch will be bigger than the original.
If this fight happens
you think the rematch will be bigger?
The Zone Ultimate.
Yeah.
If this fight happens again, it would be a TKO Paramount production.
Just think, Ezra. Look at all the people who were so upset that Crawford won, right?
Okay.
Especially his fan base. You don't think they're gonna tune in to try to see him get redemption and win this fight?
I think it'll be big numbers. I don't know the casuals will come back again as much as they did. It's going to be a big fight no matter what. But rematches usually are a dip than from the original. Usually the case.
I think in this case it'll be like you said. There's no other fight that we're close to getting that's going to be bigger.
Yeah.
So I think all eyes will be on that fight.
That's true. That's right.
Like
I said, it's going to do good numbers no matter what, unless it's on the Zone.
All right. Let's see here. Sorry, I lost my spot here. My bad. We had Ryan Garcia announce that he's going to be fighting Mario Barrios on February 24th for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Matt, what's the latest news on this?
The latest news on this is that, first of all, as wrong, ain't no chance that Zerto will be on this card. As no co-main, no open the fight, no Zerto, Ezra.
First of all, I didn't predict he would. I just threw out an idea.
But here's the thing: you threw out that this is going to be a PBC led production.
Yes.
Why the fuck would PBC put Zerto?
Because you guys, the problem is you have no vision, right?
Anyway,
to a guy that has vision, right?
Hit my music. Hit my music.
Here's the thing, though, right?
Do not be surprised if that proposed Charlo Plant fight ends up as the co-feature on this card.
That's great.
That's not bad. Now, I will say this, right? Because you lack vision, and I don't know, maybe you got the same pushback that I received with that idea, right? Because I did receive some pushback for that idea. But with Benavidez, the one thing he's not going to have is opponents. He doesn't have obvious opponents. Well, let me tell you something. Zerto is an opponent that I think you could sell versus him. I think style-wise is good. I think it looks good on paper. I think it looks good on a poster. But you got to get Zerto in front of some people's eyes. Put him on a co-main of a Ryan fight and saying, hey, this might be the next guy for Benavidez. I think that's a good idea. But that's because I have vision.
Bro, Zerto was just the co-main on Jake Paul.
And I think he did good for his name value.
Nobody cares about Zerto, bro.
That's fine. But if you're a promoter, you're supposed to build care. What do you think most of the guys don't cares about? And then you build it. That's what promotion does.
PBC ain't his promoter.
I know that, but they need.
I commend Ezra for looking out for his former stablemate. That's very, very commendable.
Because that's all it is. That's all. Zerto put money in his pocket.
It's not. I'm telling you. Well, you guys tell me the next obvious opponent for Benavidez.
Bro, Ezra, you could tell me that you just hired Zerto to come work for you, and I would believe that before I believe that he would be on that PBC card if it's on PBC. But like I said, what I was told about that, it is going to be a PBC DAZN collabo, just so you know, Ezra. That was confirmed.
Oh, wow. So is this going to be free for your premium subscriber gold members?
I don't know anyone from DAZN, so I can't tell you that.
You just understand how that doesn't make sense business-wise, right?
I'm just letting, no. That's for DAZN to figure out. I'm letting you know what I know, that it's a Amazon DAZN collabo.
So this sounds like, and I'm just, just sounds like to me, this is going to be a super pay-per-view outside of people's premium subscriptions.
Oh, well, that's between DAZN and the subscribers.
I guess so. I don't even listen. I paid $40 for that Conor Ben one, right? I don't know if I got the subscription or not. It wasn't offering me nothing for subscription. Also,
you're a sick puppy.
Also,
sick puppy.
DAZN, you didn't want to take my debit card. I had to enter it like 20 times. I'm hoping that doesn't back charge to 20 times you entered it, but it kept saying that the declined. Now, I checked my account. I said, there's money in here. So then I got a credit card. And I said, just try this. And it declined it like 5 times. I said, no. So DAZN, I don't know. It's not like you had so much buyers you couldn't even run my money through, right? But get that fixed, because there's already people not buying these pay-per-views. But now you can't even take my money to buy these pay-per-views. This is ridiculous. Now I paid $40. I don't know if I'm a gold member or not. I really don't know what that meant. They offered me an 80% discount. I took it. I hope I'm a gold member. I hope I don't have to pay for it today, but we'll find out.
I love the fight though.
Oh boy, Ezra.
The Barrios and Ryan fight.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. I love that.
Love it.
Yeah. I love it.
Sometimes when you put 2 mid guys together, you get fight of the year.
Hey.
Like Will said, it's like 2 mid guys, 2 old guys. I don't know who's gonna win because they both is who knows.
Well, I say this. I don't know what Ryan you're gonna get. Like I said, if we get the one that fight Barrios, anyone can beat. I mean, they fought who do you fight? What the hell's his name? Romero. Rolly. Anyone could beat him, right? Like I don't think he looked. I thought he looked flat. I thought he looked like he wasn't willing to take chances. Matt says that it was more Rolly than it was Ryan. Okay, maybe we'll see. I don't know what you're gonna get. If it's the Ryan that fights at his best, I think he'll beat Barrios. I don't like the announcement that his dad's his head trainer now. I don't like that, but I don't know if it matters because it's not like you're gonna change Ryan's style anyways. Hell, they trained Ryan for 3 months of the last fight, and he was still trying that stupid shoulder roll.
That might be good for him. That's
I don't know. But Ryan, he could roll out of bed. He's gonna fight the way he fights. It's just that's a natural way to fight. I don't know what you're gonna get.
That's what I'm about to say. So listen, he don't need Freddie Rose to get one of this technical shit. You know what? Let's go out there and do what you do best. That's a voice he know.
Boxing's best dressed trainer, Joel Goosen.
When they already together?
To me, Ryan looked best under Joe Goosen.
Did Joe Goosen say he didn't listen to him?
No, he said he listened to him. Okay. He said he's the kind of guy that got allowed to train himself, which I think there is some logic to that.
Yeah, and he was coming to the gym when he wanted to come to the gym. Joe Goosen said so.
You're never
Joe Goosen.
You're never gonna so. Shout out to the director and general, man.
Like Joe Goosen has good genes. That's all I know.
The master of the Canadian tuxedo.
Yep.
Next up, we saw Subaru and Matias reportedly test positive for Osterine this week. What is the latest news on this?
If you want to see another argument between me and Matt, you're probably going to get it right now. Go ahead, Matt. You go first.
No, you go first.
No, other news. You probably have the news. No. Go ahead.
Who's talking about this? Someone give your opinion.
Well, all I'm saying is this, right? All I'm saying is this, and this is the apparently, there's no more rules. Apparently, right? There's no more rules. All I know is he tested in competition. He tested positive for the same thing Ryan just tested for. They got a no contest and got suspended. Okay,
first of all, this is out of competition.
No, it's not out of competition. Because when you're
in competition means 24 hours before a fight.
Okay, well then fine. Whatever the term is, he's tested positive when he signed a contract to say I'm going to be tested, so I come out negative every time I test. Okay, but he tested positive in that time frame when he agreed to say this is where the drug testing is for this fight. Okay, and in the same place, in the same commission that Ryan Garcia. But apparently, anything goes. He's going to keep his belt, and I don't think so. I think first of all, I think this fight gets canceled, and I do think he gets stripped of the belt. Now, I'm curious what they do with from that point, because they do have an interim champion, which is Pitbull Cruz, who does have a fight against Roach. Now, maybe it doesn't get settled by then. I understand that, right? It's a lot of things that play to that point. So we'll see what happens from there. But I think he's going to get suspended, and I think his fight's going to get canceled. But apparently anything goes, because we're still going to bring up fights that happened 10 years ago under a different time of boxing with a different commission mentality and a different testing thing. But go ahead, Matt. Go ahead. Take
I don't have anything to say. See, your problem is you like to predict what I'm going to say based upon a previous conversation. Nobody knows what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Ezra?
You said, oh, there's something's going to happen.
I didn't say anything. Was that recorded on the show? I didn't say anything, but here's what's going to happen.
This is the difference, right? Between me and you.
Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Subriel Matias is going to keep his belt.
All right, that's your prediction. There's a difference between me and you is that when I say it on a space or I say it in here, I keep it 100% true to my opinion. I don't have an opinion here and an opinion there. No, I got the same opinion.
I got a question, Matt. Why is he gonna keep his belt, bro? Can you give me the knowledge?
Because the WBC is not going to suspend him. What the WBC is going to say is that we believe you that this was contamination, and then what they're going to do is they're going to make him have like more stringent testing, and he's gonna have to not test positive for a year.
All right, we'll see.
That's what they're gonna do.
Okay, if they do that, then you know what? I'm done with all these commissions, all these sanctioning bodies. They're all nonsense. Now, we've known that most of them are nonsense. They've been kind of defended, looked in a better light lately because people trying to change boxing, but they're useless. I'm going to be honest with you. They're completely useless. And you know what? You know what I told you? You know what I told you guys?
You don't think there's a chance there was contamination?
Maybe, right? But you know, honestly, everyone could probably get away with that. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. You can all get away with it.
Bro.
Now, here's the thing. Look I told you the same thing with Ryan. How come when I say with Ryan, I said, hey, maybe it's contaminated. No, that's impossible. He took this stuff. Now with this guy, oh, maybe it's contaminated.
So here's why. Ryan Garcia claimed that his Neutral Bio supplement tested positive. And then when Neutral Bio threatened to sue him, he said, oh, no, it wasn't contamination. I got set up by Victor Conti. That's why. Now, here's the thing.
Remember, man, it was an ashwagandha.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing with Subriel Matias. And here's why maybe he is dirty. Subriel Matias, for many years, has been fighting under the IBF. The IBF does not have a drug testing program. I don't think it's a coincidence that as soon as he fights with the WBC, who has a drug testing program, he tests positive. I always think that fighters that fight for the IBF and fighters that fight for the WBO are dirty.
Well, I mean, shoot, you can fight for WBC and be dirty, and they'll still
no.
Here's the thing. The funny part is that when I tell you that 99% of the sport is untested. 99% of this sport is there people are could do whatever they want and nothing's going to happen. Hell, if this happens, might be 100%. I got to be honest with you. If you could test positive and still get off of it and say, you know what, we'll just don't do it again, it's 100% of the sport.
No, I don't like that blanket statement because
I'll tell you right now, just legalize it.
You have to go on a case-by-case basis. You have to go on a case-by-case basis.
Ostrain, everything. Give them everything. Steroids.
But as you do got to go on a case by case basis, and you got to go by the levels of the drug. Was it a high level? Ostrain was a low level. All that shit matter, bro. You can't give everybody the same case.
Well, I mean, in the Ryan fight, I mean, you had guys that were experienced on this, people that knew this, and they said it's not gonna do anything for him. If he took it right by the fight, it won't do anything for him.
Yeah, but it's still illegal.
But I'm saying, so we're going levels of it. It is what it is at that point.
But here's the thing. Here's why in the Subriel Matias case, we have to think about the levels. Apparently, just a couple days prior, he tested negative for everything. So for him to test at a very low level just days later, that might actually be a contamination thing. But we have to wait for his case to be adjudicated.
Or he took the test and said, hey, I'm probably good for the next few weeks. Let's get that Ostrain in.
But it wouldn't have been a low level.
Yeah, the level. No, the level. As the level would have been high because he had nothing in the system. It wouldn't be low. The levels be low. The level be low to come out your system. Come out like I took a lot of drug tests in my life, Ezra. I know about drug tests.
If you're If you're a fighter and you ain't on a major main event, a major pay-per-view, take wherever the hell you want. You'll get through with it. I promise you. No one's gonna catch you.
Or if you're fighting for the IBF or WBO, just take whatever you want because they rely on commission testing.
Oh, I'm about to ask you, Matt. So WO ain't got none either?
No, only the WBA and the WBC has a testing program.
No, Matt. Let's say he tested positive, and the B sample comes back positive as well. Okay, and let's say they can't prove it's contaminated. Okay, so let's say they can't prove it's contaminated. Will this be up to Dalton Smith whether they go forward with this fight?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But here's the thing.
Good.
I think if the BC rules contamination and Dalton Smith doesn't want to go through with the fight, he loses his title shot.
All right.
Hey, Matt, I got a question for you. Shouldn't this guy be held with like the highest level of scrutiny since he already been involved in a fight where somebody died?
No.
Interesting.
No, I don't think that's fair. I think this is his first time tested positive for anything, so we have to just take it on a case-by-case basis. It's just an unfortunate coincidence. Like
Matt,
my
if you have been involved in a fight where somebody loses their life due to the injury like that they face fighting you, and then you decide to do an illegal drug after that, bro, you should never be able to box again, bro.
Nah.
Like fuck, bro. A nigga die in the ring with you, bro, and you still took it upon yourself to go use illegal drugs, bro?
I get what you mean.
After?
I get what you mean, but we have to have punishment across the board. Not it's more punishment if somebody died 5 years ago fighting you.
Look, I don't know. I think the sport got to have a certain level of a backbone when it comes to shit like this, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think that's very egregious, bro. I don't know, bro. I think that's just egregious, bro. A nigga died in the ring with you, and you still decide to go use drugs after somebody lost their life.
Right now, these sanctioning bodies, the belt, all these those groups and stuff like that. Right now, with boxing is such a shift, and all these people are so critical of it, and there's people trying to get rid of them and all that. They should be on the top of their game. They should allow no nonsense right now. If they do this, they don't care enough. They're not smart enough to realize that. And boxing does need a shift. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If they just anything goes and they're just gonna keep pulling the same crap that they always pull, they didn't learn anything from where we're at right now. Then you know what? Pigs get fed, but hogs get slaughtered, and they got greedy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, it's bulls and bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered.
I don't think that's it. But go ahead.
And
I'm pretty sure that is it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I think what Matt said about the contamination does kind of ring very, very key here. Test him and see what levels he had. I mean, they said that he had tested before and then these came back with trace levels. That does kind of lead more into the case of contamination, but we just got to wait and see how everything pans out.
Yo, why do boxers take supplements anyway?
Because they all buy into it's all basically a placebo effect, honestly. Except unless it's Austrian or something that's like illegal. But all this other stuff, it's all nonsense.
Yeah. I never understood the whole supplements thing.
Does Sugar Ray Leonard take supplements? Sugar Ray Robinson?
Is cocaine a supplement?
Depends on you.
Yes.
Because that's what Sugar Ray Leonard took.
Didn't work for Joe Boxer. Just keep it rolling.
I would just throw out there that there are, since I'm hearing some of the names thrown around, there are plenty of rumors about people taking supplements in the 1980s for major fights. Big time rumors. So they were doing steroids and other stuff in the 80s too, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
In fact, they were doing it. And it was not regulated at all. No one was even looking.
And that was, you know what? That's everybody's favorite era of boxing. They're like, man, I wish it was the 80s again. Good. Just remember the 80s? We would get some good fights. I'm just trying to bring the 80s back, people. I'm trying to bring back your childhood. But no one wants your childhood back.
They was also fighting every 3 months back then, too.
Because you were on that stuff. You could. When you were on that stuff, you could just roll out of bed and fight. Now the guys are like, the aches and pains, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy, let's hold more regulation on him than we do any other job in the world where you're not that physical, where you're not taking that beating. Let's hold more regulation on him what he could take. But the local cross guard could take every steroid he wants, and that's not regulated. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
That's because if he step in front of a car, he's still going under that motherfucker.
EzRaw say bring back the mutant league.
Come on, man. The 80s was great.
All right, so we will have to wait and see what comes of the Subaru Matias reports and what comes from the future drug testing with this situation. WBO was mentioned, so we do have a new WBO champion and heavyweight champion in Fabio Wardley after Alexander Usyk vacated. EzRaw, I see you clamping. Why didn't Usyk fight Wardley, or what are your thoughts on the situation?
Two things. First of all, Matt, there's no Ez wrong for you, but I'll just say Ez wrong for you. Because I remember when I told you Fabio Wardley is one of the more important young guys in boxing, you said he's a non-factor. Well, now he's heavyweight champ of the world. And the pound for pound, number one guy, well, pound for pound, number two guy, now that Terence Crawford beat Canelo, just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go a different route. Because Usyk is entering the celebrity stage of his career. And I've been told that Usyk doesn't fight for money. I've been told by a lot of people Usyk does not fight for money. Apparently, he fights for money. And I didn't have to be told that, but now he's proven it. Usyk is a celebrity stage of his career. He's going to fight a guy, probably like Fury again. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad fight. Fury's a good fighter, but it's already been done, right? And the whole criticism that people have with Usyk's career is he's kind of fighting the same guys over and over again. And once you know you can beat them, it doesn't mean as much the second time around, okay? So the third time around, like I said, he'll probably be more devastating fashion when he beats Fury. He needs a guy like Wardley. You need a bunch of different type of styles. That's the only thing that could make his resume better is he's fighting all the styles now. All these challengers come up and that guy hits hard. This guy's fast. This guy can move. This guy's a pressure guy. You got to fight all the styles now, but he don't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. I think he beats Wardley. I'm not saying that he would lose a Wardley. I think he beats him, but I don't think he wants to fight this guy. He wants to enter the celebrity stage, and that's the problem we have with boxing, is that when these guys get to the top spot, they want to be they're celebrities at that point, and it's like a different thing. It's like part-timing in wrestling. It's like Brock Lesnar in wrestling. I'm just going to show up here and there, and I'm going to do the biggest things. But it's like, hey, we need consistency. You need a sport that has consistency. You need a sport that has a structure. We're losing structure. Usyk is now into the point where we don't have structure with him. You can't reel him in anymore. We'll see what we get with him.
I just think Usyk don't want to smoke. I think a lot of times, and this is you guys' fault, you fans, you tell guys they don't need to fight nobody no more. It's over. You did what you had to do. You don't got to fight nobody no more. Well, you know what? Then fucking retire.
Yeah.
Then fucking retire.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to stay and you're going to be around, you need to fight the best available guys. So, and if you look at BoxRec, Usyk is the number one heavyweight, number two heavyweight, according to BoxRec, Fabio Wardley.
Mm-hmm.
Make the fight happen. I'm actually disappointed that Usyk didn't want to take this fight, but it is what it is, man.
Envio, wasn't you okay with Tank fighting Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I don't understand. What does that have to do with Usyk and Wardley?
Just heard your rant about the best fight and the best, and the way that
you can do it no more.
You ain't gonna do no more. Retire. You know. I'm just listening.
Yeah, I mean, if he ain't gonna do no more, then retire. If Usyk wanna enter the, as EzRaw called, the circus part of his career, let us know. Yeah, let us know. But don't pretend like we have to hold you in high regard.
Does a Fury fight mean anything for any of you? A third one?
It means
no, it would piss me off. Actually,
yeah, it's done.
Third fight with Fury.
You squeeze out of it. It's over.
Third fights with Fury or Joshua fucking suck.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Usyk. Look, if Usyk opts to fight Caballero, right? That's a quieter for me, right? Like I'll take that fight over Wardley if there's some reason to do that. That's great. If he just is in this for the money at this point, like then the fight to make is probably Deontay Wilder because he hasn't fought Wilder yet and he's still never crashed the U.S. market. That fight would sell in the United States if you're only doing it for the money. Outside of that, what's he doing it for at all? I mean, just retire. If you're almost 40 years old, you know. I mean, you're actually hurting your legacy at some point by only fighting the same guys over and over again and not deepening your resume at heavyweight.
Exactly, 100%. And that's the thing. It's like I really just don't understand the move because I just think that Wardley is a style that he could really look good against, right? Like he's probably going to win that fight pretty easily. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I have no interest in guys that don't want to be a part of boxing. They want to do something else other than that, then go do that. That's a different thing anymore. I have no interest in it anymore. Like I just don't. I think we give these guys way too much leeway, and the sport does need a little bit more structure.
Do we know any other fighter that got the same guy on their resume like twice, 3 times?
Cal Brooks.
Rocky Marciano's heavyweight resume is like that.
Okay.
Because he beat Lewis, went on to win the title. He only made 6 title defenses, which I think most people don't realize how short Marciano's reign was. So he had 6 title defenses, and in his 7 title fights, 4 of the 7 title fights were against Walcott and Charles. The other 3 were a rematch with Roland Lastarza, so he fought him twice as well. In Marciano's 11 wins against ring-rated opponents, 6 of those wins are repeat, or 6 of the wins are repeat. So he original fights and rematches. And then the other guys he fought for the title were Don Cockle and Archie Moore. So very, very limited resume in terms of which guys he actually beat in terms of unique wins.
Yeah, like I said, you got to. I like having the big names. Of course, you need the big names, but it's 2 things. You also got to have all the styles, and you got to fight all the guys that came up and said, "Hey, this guy's another contender popped up. You got to beat him." Because in boxing, styles make fights too. So you got to prove that I can beat all the styles. I can beat all these things. Now, to me, Usyk has an advantage at heavyweight right now because he's fighting big guys that he's way more versatile than, and he knows how to fight that style, and he knows how to take advantage of it. Now I kind of want to see him with someone that's athletic, and I want to see someone that could kind of move and it has some speed. I'm interested in those type of matchups now, and we're not getting it. All right, what's next, Huey?
Yeah, last thing we have here is Oscar De La Hoya said that the UFC has over 100 fights being investigated by the FBI as part of their fight fixing scandal. What's the latest on this story?
Hey, man, I read somewhere, and I hate that I don't remember where, but that Paramount did not know about this investigation, and that if this investigation goes anywhere, they might look to void the deal that they did with UFC.
Yeah, like I said, Paramount, I don't even think they looked into anything in the UFC when they made that deal. They were told to sign on the dotted line, and they signed on the dotted line. That's all that happened there. I don't think Paramount knew anything about the UFC structure or anything. They just said, all right, if that's what it takes, we sign on the dotted line. Like I said, the MMA. Go ahead.
No, my apologies. I was going to say, do we think that this guy kind of already knew this was coming? So maybe Dana White aligned himself with a certain individual that could possibly help this thing go away?
Like I said, what are you talking about? Like a political way? You talking about?
No, I'm saying like maybe he knew this shit was happening, so now he in bed with Turkey a little bit and trying to see if they could,
He's in bed with the
wish
president.
his name away.
Yeah, he's in bed with the president. Like he's in the bed with the ultimate guy that can make this go away. Like I said, what they're gonna do is just say like, hey, we're cooperating with them, and we're gonna get rid of this nonsense. And they're not gonna attack the sport. They're not gonna attack him. They're not gonna attack the higher ups. They're just gonna attack the fighters. And they give a damn about a 3 and 5 guy gets arrested and put in jail. They're not gonna give a damn about that. It's no problem. It's easier to fix fights in MMA because you got grappling. And you can fix a grappling very easily. It's very easy to fake. It's very easy to just give yourself your neck up and get choked out and tap out real quick. It's an easy thing to do. And the guys probably do it at the lower level. This is not the first time this happened. Controversy in MMA. It's been happening for a while. They already caught a guy, kicked him out the thing, and they're going to catch more guys, of course, because these guys are betting on it. It's easy to fake. It's hard to fake a fight in boxing because it's, like you said, it looks like a Rocky fight. It's either you take a beating or you take a dive. And if you watch professional wrestling, you know how hard it is to fake a punch. Okay, it's hard to fake a punch. So in MMA, it's easy to give up the grappling. I think they'll run into this. I don't think it's going to necessarily put a stop to this, but it might benefit them as athletes. I think are going to be more scared to pull this off now because look how hard everybody's being on it. NBA, NFL, everything. This might slow it down, but you'll always probably have this issue in some way.
Maybe they should pay the guys more.
Yeah, maybe. But you're always going to have entry-level guys, right? Like, anything, right? Like entry-level guy. Like, even like, say, like even in boxing, You always, I don't know, you have guys that make about in 100,000 range, and they say, hey, we put some money on this, and we could get under this rounds. It is what it is. It's hard to fix, but the one thing that will fix it is how good they are at catching betting. People betting on something that's not the norm, and them catching that right away. That's the part how you catch it, right? If they do that in the NBA and they say, hey, look at this out of nowhere, people are putting bets on it, we see it right away, and we're flagging it right away, then people are like, oh, we can't really play that.
All right. And now, Matt, I know this is one of your favorite segments that we do of the year. We're going to book the territory. Tell us, who are boxing's biggest turkeys of the year?
Now, EzRaw, I don't know if I want to step on your list, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. I really like this list. At number 10, for the biggest turkeys of the year, Todd DeBuff. Now, we've seen the stories come out, Todd DeBuff. You've seen the ESPN Top Rank lose their ESPN deal. You've seen all these things, and I think that Todd DeBuff has just basically, when they've given him the thing to say, hey, you run top rank, has to me run into the ground. And now Bob Arum, at an old age, has to come back and try to save it. Okay, that I think that's my number 10. Number 9, a guy we just talked about, Usyk. Usyk no longer wants to fight real fights. Usyk no longer wants to fight real things. He wants to fight things that he knows he can win. He wants to fight matchups that are big on look good on a poster, but not that great in the ring. Not that much interest. We already know what's going to happen. Usyk wants to be a celebrity fighter now, and he wants to fight for money. I was told different. Number 8, Ryan Garcia. I mean, the dud you did against Rolly Romero. All the shenanigans and everything. The one thing you needed to do was keep looking dominant or impressive in the ring, and you lay the worst performance ever. All the nonsense we've seen with you, everything. You are number 8 turkey of the year. Number 7, a guy that was on top, should have had the game in the palm of his hand, had the biggest event of his career, Keyshawn Davis. And then at the event, causes controversy, right? Now, we might get that matchup next, right? What the controversy was. But Keyshawn Davis had boxing. He was ready to take it over, take the throne, and he drops that. Number 6, Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman, for one instant only, he goes on the stage with boxing fans for one of the biggest boxing fights of all time and says, Dana White's going to say boxing because he's going to make it more like MMA. And he gets booed out the stage. And he had not talked boxing in a long time. This was his comeback. And he's over there kissing Dana White's ass the whole time and kissing MMA's ass the whole time. That's my number 6 turkey. Number 5, DAZN. DAZN has given us a pretty awful schedule this year. Then they say they're going to take away pay-per-views. Then they do this whole thing with the memberships, the gold membership and everything like that. I can't pay with my debit card for some reason. I think DAZN's been a disaster this year. We're getting a good fight tonight, but I don't think they've done well. Number 4, Eubank versus Ben 2. What a disaster. It was a fight that shouldn't have happened. It didn't make sense weight-wise. You knew that Eubank was going to have to kill himself to make the weight. It was a disaster in the ring. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't even like Ben destroyed him and blew him out the water. No, it was just a boring fight where people were trying to give Ben credit for boxing a guy that's dead in there. I don't understand what happened. The whole event was a disaster. The commentators, Chris Mannix, after being like, don't tell me the weight had any factor to do with it. I mean, are you blind? You don't know what you're talking about? You don't know what you're seeing? The guy was dead in there. Number 3, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez made this list last year, make this list this year, not fighting David Benavidez, going and trying to think, I'll fight the smaller guy in Terrence Crawford, will be a big fight, and then losing to the smaller guy in Terrence Crawford. Now your career, we don't know where your direction you're going. I guess you have to fight Terrence Crawford again. We don't know where you're at. You should have lost to Benavidez. That would have been the respectful thing to do. You hurt boxing. And then you even pulled out of a Jake Paul fight. Number 2, Andy Foster. Andy Foster has turned his back on boxing. He turned his back, and then he waited till boxing turned its back, and then he stabbed it in the back. Turned his back, waited till it turned around, and then he stabbed boxing in the back by supporting the change of the Ali Act. And saying that it was going to be great for boxing. Saying that, and he kept saying, it's going to make money for boxing. It's going to be all these things. Which actually, boxers need to make more money at the lower end. It's like none of it made sense. Everybody was against it, and they still pushed it. They still pushed their support through. And my number 1 turkey is Tank Davis. Because Tank Davis should have fought Lamont Roach at a rematch. He should have fought real fights in boxing, but he didn't do that. He delayed everyone's career. He hurt PBC, and then he goes to sign to fight Jake Paul, and he can't even make it to the fight against Jake Paul. He was too much of a circus for the circus. He was too much of a circus for the circus, and he couldn't even get to the fight to make the fight Jake Paul. And what Jake Paul do makes him look like more of a fool because he steps in with Anthony Joshua. He takes a risk. It's going to make it to the fight in the same year, a month later. That's my biggest turkey of the year.
Well, that is a great list.
Thank you.
I do agree with some of the lists. I think Tank Davis is definitely a turkey of the year for the reasons that you said. I think Andy Foster is a turkey of the year because Andy Foster, going into this year, had a great reputation in boxing as one of the more forward-thinking, innovative commissioners in boxing that's leading the way. It was Vegas and California leading the way, and he screwed that up. He screwed that up. To me, the biggest turkey of the year is Canelo Alvarez.
All right. I'm all right with
Oh my gosh. Canelo Alvarez with the worst loss in boxing history. I'm telling you, this is the worst loss in boxing history. He wanted to. He was the master of anybody but Benavidez, and then ended up getting beat. And then ended up getting beat by someone that was a lot smaller than him.
It was a worse loss than Benavidez by far.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, at least for me, I don't care what Canelo does the rest of his career. His reputation will never recover with me.
But didn't I say that though? Didn't I tell you that this don't happen? That we're gonna look bad at this. It's gonna end in a sour note, a very sour note.
Well, it did. It did because he looked like a jackass. He looks like a jackass.
Yep.
Another one of my turkeys of the year, Turkey Al-Sheikh.
You know what? He didn't make my list. Honorable mention though. Definitely.
Turkey Al-Sheikh. I am going to make no more pay-per-view. No more pay-per-view.
I'm not sure about that accent. I'm not sure about
Box is not affordable. No more pay-per-view.
Not sure about this personation.
I know, for some reason I sound Russian. But pay-per-view out the ass. Do we want to blame the zone or do we want to blame Turkey? Here's the thing.
I blame the zone.
You blame the zone.
Turkey too. I mean, they both.
No. Listen, you blame the zone, but there was a fan that said to Turkey Al-Sheikh, "Hey, the zone promised us before," and they went back on it. And what did he say? Oh, that was before my time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you the big man. You the big man. You the mover and shaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do? He couldn't get it done. He couldn't get it done. One of my other turkeys of the year, and I hate to do this, Tom Brown.
Brown. Man. Should have made my list.
The letter
read across the world.
What was you thinking? What was you thinking? Oh my gosh. And I like Tom Brown. Great guy. I'm a big fan of Tom Brown, but damn dog. You should have kept that letter in the drafts, my man.
Yeah. It was unneeded too. Like, why was that letter needed? I don't get it. They passed no matter what. They were gonna pass, they were gonna push their support no matter what. Why did he feel like, yep, I better write this letter?
Another one of my turkeys of the year, Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, the Jake Paul?
Yeah, who the fuck do you think you are, Francis Ngannou, that you're above a Jake Paul fight? Come on, man. What's up with this guy? Another one of my turkeys of the year, ESPN.
Really?
ESPN losing Top Rank.
Oh, they lost Top Rank. Oh, okay.
Losing Top Rank.
I don't think they lost.
But you gained WWE PLEs.
Okay.
And the numbers are terrible.
Okay.
The numbers are terrible. You hit your wagon to the wrong horse. Another turkey of the year, TKO.
Okay.
TKO. UFC sucks.
True.
WWE sucks.
True.
Zuffa Boxing, they haven't launched yet, but they suck. Okay, when we heard that TKO was getting into boxing, man, we had all these grandiose ideas of what they're gonna do. Who's their best fighter? Callum Walsh, Sergey Bohachuk, Brandon the Cannon Adams,
Brandon Adams,
Vito Mielnicki. Come on, talk about whimper. You know, TKO with this stuff of boxing, they're like the dude that tells a chick, "Oh, I'm gonna bust your ass. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you, girl. You don't know what you're about to get into." And then as soon as he get up in there, grand opening, grand closing, he's done. He's done. He's done.
It's not the example I would use, but all right.
Well, that's because
Damn,
Yeah, that
this
was
was a family
crazy.
show.
That was
Crazy.
crazy, man.
that's because
That
it hits
was
too close to
crazy,
home
man.
for you, Ezra. It hits too close to home for you. Now me, I can't relate. Me, I can't relate.
You described it in such great detail.
Oh, man, listen, man. TKO definitely one of the turkeys of the year. Keyshawn, you want to give it to Keyshawn? I'm giving it to Edwin De Los Santos.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Bro, he should have just went through with the fight because now he's fighting in DR for nobody.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, maybe take that fight.
He's fighting in DR for nobody. You should have just took the fight, my man. It is what it is. Oh man, another one of my turkeys of the year. Women's boxing.
Kind of stagnant year, man. Kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it hasn't been moving the way it's supposed to move. We're still waiting on like Clarissa Shields, Shadeja Green. Still waiting on like just these big. We're waiting on someone besides Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor.
Yeah,
Can Amanda Serrano fight Alicia Baumgartner?
Yeah.
Can Katie Taylor rematch with Chantel Cameron?
I really hope they didn't lose their momentum, man. But they had it. They had a great momentum. Like I said, I'm a big. I love women's boxing. I think at the highest level is really good. I don't know. This year was just a miss for me. It was a miss. I do think the Serrano card. I know people were kind of down on that card. I like the card was all right. Like honestly, I thought that was good for it. It wasn't consistent enough. It was not consistent. Let's see what MVP does. They're really going to commit to it. Let's see what they do next year. But I thought it was kind of a miss this year.
Yeah. Hashtag not impressed. I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's oh boy. I'm losing the fervor for women's boxing, if that makes sense. Another turkey of the year. This is quite possibly my biggest turkey of the year. EzRaw Hernandez.
Wow.
Post the brunch boxing.
You know what the crazy thing is, before you even give the reasoning, probably one of my bigger years. You know what I mean? Like probably one of my best years, people will say. So interesting take.
Here's the thing.
I think I know the reason why.
Is there?
I let you slide last year.
Okay.
With your Golden Boy hate.
All right.
And you have this annoying tendency that you want to prove yourself right so bad that once you lock in on a promoter or something, you just gotta shit on it. I let you slide with Golden Boy this year.
Okay.
Can't let you slide with Top Rank this year.
Oh, bad take.
Boy. I can't let you slide with Top Rank this year.
You are wrong on this one, my friend.
Leave Top Rank alone.
Oh my goodness.
Leave Top Rank alone.
You guys want to see a dead body? Grab your stick. We can poke it.
All right. I don't know, man. Listen, you've really upped the bad takes this year. Maybe that's why you're having a great year, because you're getting the traction again. But the traction is for all your bad takes.
Give me my top 5, because I've been hitting. I know I've been hitting, but give me my top 5. Because the top rank. I mean, Top Rank's on Tubi right now. Like, I mean, what are we talking about?
What's wrong with that?
What it is like, I get viewership wise, I get me and you, right? Accessing the fight, right? It's great, right? But what we're talking about on ESPN and then on the Tubi, I just think it's like not a legit argument to be like, no, this is actually better. It's not better. Business wise, it's not better. So what conversation are we having? Are we having a conversation as what's easier for me to access? I mean, well, same for me, right? It's free to more people. I get that. But like,
the conversation should be what's better to access for fighters.
But are we saying what's best for business? The ESPN deal is better for business. There's like no argument to that. Like there really isn't. So I'm not going to hear that.
No. Tubi is better than ESPN.
No, it's not, because the money you're getting through ESPN is more than what you're getting for Tubi. It's not even close.
See, here's the thing. No. You're thinking about
I'm thinking of the business.
You're thinking about You're thinking about top ranked coffers. You see, and this is why I always say you are a MMA guy that came into boxing, and I made you. Because here's the thing. You're thinking about what's good for the business. You think like a UFC guy. Hey, look at all the money UFC is making. That's good for the business. No. I'm thinking about what's good for the sport. What's good for the sport is eyeballs. Eyeballs.
But here's the thing: what you're missing, and and it's funny because I know that you talk business of boxing all the time. So in this one instance, you're trying to switch it to like, well, I just care about this. That's not necessarily the case. But here's the thing, right? What's good for the sport is money being thrown into the sport, so we could get matchups. Okay, you can say all the eyeballs you want, but if no one's paying for these fights, Top Rank is not going to pay out of their pocket consistently for fights. That's why their fighters are fighting other promotions. And if all your fights are on the zone where nobody has any eyeballs on it, because all the big fights right now are going on the zone, then that's death for the sport. Business of the sport is important for the health of the sport. That's 100% the case. Okay, so we can say what we want about the UFC, but they just got what's that? What's the deal they got? 10 billion, whatever they got. The deal they got
7.7, I think.
Yeah, that's the deal they got. Okay, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's great for UFC.
No, I get you, but what I'm saying is, in boxing, you need money in the sport to make these fights. We're not getting money into the sport, so you cannot tell me they're in a better spot. They're not. That's a lie.
But listen. You mentioned UFC, but then you say we need money in boxing to make these fights. UFC, those fights, whatever fights that we get, we're gonna get regardless because they don't pay nobody.
Yeah, I get you. That's the thing. But all I'm saying is, in boxing, you need money to get the fights. We don't have Top Rank lost the money to make these fights, so now they're gonna have to come up with a system or sign a new deal. But it's not gonna be as good of a deal they have with ESPN. We know that. They lost that.
And listen. Any deal off ESPN is not as good as a deal.
Okay, that's what then. So they're not in a good spot. We can't. It's not
no, bro. They're just fine.
That's fine. It's good. Okay, that's cool. You could be just fine, but they were in a great spot. Now they're just in a fine spot. So that is lesser. That's moving in the wrong direction. Hold on.
Lesser is being off ESPN. Yeah, Lesser is being off ESPN. But you make it seem like
no. Right now, my health, I feel great. If later on I say I feel fine, that's going the wrong way.
You make it seem like Top Rank is dead.
We don't know if it is. We'll see how long it goes.
It's not, bro.
Let's see. If you're going, either if you ain't getting better, you're getting worse. That's the honest truth.
Ezra, are you familiar with the term minor setback for a major comeback?
Yeah, but this one is a major comeback, and they might get a minor a major setback for a minor comeback. They might have a little minor deal come, but it's not going to be great. Like I said, Golden Boy at one point was on top of the world. Now they're the third company on the zone.
But I will say, I don't want to disrespect you, Ezra. Canelo Alvarez is the turkey of the year.
That's fine. I'm with you.
Oh my God, Canelo! Like,
you know what? Can we have two winners? Can it be Canelo and Tank? I mean, can you have two winners? We call people freak. The similarities are there. Hell, they might be going out the same way too.
Canelo got his ass whooped.
And well, if we're being fair, the ref calls it right. Tank should have took an L.
Tank didn't get his ass whooped.
He took an L though if you call that knockdown.
I don't think so.
All right.
What else you guys got for turkeys of the year? We're moving on to quick hits.
Some of your turkeys of the year, Huey.
I think you guys got a lot of them. Tom Brown was the biggest name from Ezra's list that I didn't hear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you mentioned him. I don't really have much to add.
Yeah. I got a few turkeys, a few fighters who got big spots and didn't show up, like Arnold Barboza. But, that happens.
He just came up short.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I was looking at some other things while you were going through it. Did anyone say Ryan Garcia for the Rolly performance?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think Ryan Garcia's a turkey because he's about to get a title shot.
That's fine. The turkeys. It's not fair. The sports.
That's gonna be next year.
Yeah, the sport's not fair. We know that.
Another turkey of the year, Mario Barrios.
Oh yeah, he should be on the list.
Yeah, no, that was an obvious omission. But
should not have been on the list. Should have been on.
Although I will say, Tank Davis, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia. God damn Mario Barrios, man. Whoever his agent is, you are worth your weight in gold.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. That is true.
All right. Let's close out the show here with quick hits. We got a few items, starting with Shadaza Green stopping by the Boxing Source, saying she wants to become undisputed at 168 pounds and wants a bout with the GWOAT Clarissa Shields. Any thoughts or keep it moving?
Let's get that fight going. That's it. That's my only thought. Let's have that fight. That's really, of Clarissa Shields' career right now, that's really the only one I have interest in. So let's get that fight.
And but hold on. In order for her to be undisputed at 168, the other belts are held by Franchon Cruz. They fought before. She got to get that rematch. She got to get her look back.
Yeah, she does. That's a stunning loss for me. I got to be honest with you. All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right, Tim Tszyu returning against heavy-hitting Anthony Vasquez. Any thoughts?
We'll see if Tim Tszyu can work his way back. I don't think he can, personally, but let's see if he work his way back.
Hey, welcome back, Tim Tszyu. That's my thought.
I really like Tim Tszyu, though.
All right, and then last item we have here, Raul Curiel and Alexis Rocha are in a rematch of their previous fight. Who wins?
Golden Boy did some like subliminal thing to announce his fight. Didn't need to do it. Could have just rolled it out and said, hey, they were having this fight. I don't need a subliminal thing for Rocha Curiel. The first fight was decent. I want to see a second one. I'm good with that. I think Golden Boy's going to have, and Matt says I'm very negative on Golden Boy. I think they've been doing the most with Lease, right? And I think
because you were wrong and you couldn't hold that position.
No,
now you moved on the top rank.
I have a video.
Now you moved on the top rank as wrong.
I don't know. Well, first of all, I think I was right about Golden Boy. We'll see where they're at. Like I said, here's the thing, though, right? I do have a video where I said that Jake Paul would beat De La Hoya, and when I explained that, I said that he would beat him as a promoter. Right now, Jake Paul's up on him as a promoter.
No, he's not.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
He's not.
That's the truth. But here's the thing, though. Because he basically has the same deal with DAZN, and then fights on Netflix, and then has other fights on pay-per-views. But whatever.
Actually, the MVP cards are free on DAZN, whether or not you pay for subscription. Just so you know.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So it's not the same deal.
And you know what? And they've been pretty decent. But I'm not going to discredit Golden Boy. They've had very good cards. I think this is about to be a big year for Golden Boy. This is going to be them trying to make their attempt to get back as a top promoter in the sport. And I think this will be a big year for them. But yeah, that's what I say about Golden Boy.
Hey, give us your. Do we roll truth, tut, trill? Anything you guys want to add here before we go close out the show?
Good and good.
I don't got anything.
Truth, do you have any content coming up for the people to look out for? And if so, where can they find it?
Content in a long time and trying to work our way back.
All right, Tut, do we have an episode of the RNS podcast to look forward to?
That just like the RNS podcast. That might be the if you want to like promotion that is accurate to the RNS podcast is what that you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna actually get anything, but when you do get it, it's it's decent. It's very good.
Man, look who's talking.
And
I'm on this week. I'm on this thing every week. You see my content. I'm at training videos on here. I'm doing everything. I'm talking in my car.
Ezra, when we a year, we ask you what you got for the people. I promise nothing, but I hope to deliver something.
And you know what? I've been delivering something. Okay, I got training videos out there. I got takes on here. I got the brunch boxing snack. I got a bunch of things, and I'm here every week. And you know what? I'm going to be in San Antonio, and I'm going to run like 4 podcasts that week. I don't even know if I have the energy for that. 4 podcasts. I'm going to stream. I'm going to have a cowboy hat on. It's going to be a whole thing.
Is that why you're trying to lose weight?
I mean, I might honestly put on makeup. I've never been on camera like this. I might have to put on makeup. I got to be honest.
Yo.
Listen, I want to be camera ready. I'm gonna get an appointment. I'm gonna get the eyebrows done. I mean, I'm gonna be camera ready for this bad boy.
And we also had Cliff Rolled. I don't know if you're still with us, but if you are, you can follow him at the Cornerstool on Substack. Rolled, do you have anything coming up for the people to look forward to? And if you can, give them the URL and where they can find you.
He's probably watching a softball game, to be fair.
Rolled, we can't hear you. I'm not sure if you're having some connection issues. Let me get him added as a speaker again.
Hey, this is so dope. The Cleveland Browns, the NFL Cleveland Browns, sending good vibes to Cleveland native Abdullah Mason as he fights for the vacant WBO lightweight championship.
That's really awesome.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Somebody got to be a winner in Cleveland.
Can you hear me now?
We can
Yes,
roll.
you.
Oh, sorry about that. Hey, real quick, guys. Thank you for giving me a second. If you go to rollboxing.substack.com, I have previews for each of the eight fights tonight: Haney, Norman, and Rodriguez and Martinez. In the Rodriguez piece, I asked the question: is Bam Rodriguez the Larry Holmes of the golden age of the junior bantamweights? I go into what I mean by that. And for those who like the stuff I put in the encyclopedia, I am almost done adding all of history's lineal heavyweight champions, Ingemar Johansson, Patterson, and Sonny Liston here within the hour. It'll all be on there. So if you want to know a little bit more about who they beat in their careers and when, go ahead and take a look. And thanks for letting me do a quick plug, guys.
Yeah, that I'm subscribed to the Substack, and it is great. It is great. Like if you really like boxing, you want to read about it, you want to hear the history of it, and then what these fights, like how they relate to all the eras and stuff like that. It's good, consistent content. So I would suggest you subscribe to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't co-sign that anymore. Matt, what do you have for the people to look forward to? Actually, Ezra, let's start with you so that way Matt can close out the show. What do you have for the people this week?
Listen, were we doing a post-fight, Matt?
Come on, of course.
Okay, so I'll be on the post-fight. This week is going to be a slow week, but that's because we're going to have a big week the week after. So that's what I'm saying. This week, we got the holidays. Maybe we'll do a little Thanksgiving special one. I'll be on a few spaces. I might do the Hitman Sucks space, number 3. You know what I mean? People have been asking me, where's the Hitman Sucks space at? It's coming, number 3. But this is going to be a slow week. The week after, though, I'm going to be in San Antonio. I'm going to be in the air. I think 40,000 miles in the air. I'm not sure how high planes get. I'm going to guess 40,000 miles in the air. So I'll be about 40,000 miles in the air. I'm going to touch down. I'm going to touch down in Phoenix, right? I'm not going to stay there long because I don't like Arizona. So I will be going another plane. I'll be 40, 50, 60,000 miles in the air, and I will touch down in San Antonio. Now, it's going to be 40 degrees. I bought a coat. I bought 2 coats. I bought 3 coats just to be safe. I am prepared. J-Roll said he will have the car ready in the front. He might even have a sign that says EzRaw on it so I can know who it is because I've never seen the person, right? I'm going to see some people I've never seen in person before. But I'm going to go buy my hat. I'm going to do the river walk. I'm going to do all the great things you can do in San Antonio. I looked it up. Safe place, apparently, right? Well, it just got a lot more dangerous for me in it. I'll tell you that right now. So I can't wait to hit San Antonio. Can't wait to do the live stream, live podcast, interview with fighters I can, and be there for this great event, WrestleMania Night 2. That's what I'll be there for Roach. And I get to shake hands with the great one, the best middleweight in the world. I told you back then, and I'll tell you today, Janabek. Me and this guy are gonna lock hands. We might not be able to tell who's who when we're standing next to each other, but you're gonna see me there in all my glory.
That was a great promo, Ezra. Welcome to the show. We have host of Hitmania, Hitman. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just got one question for Ezra.
What's that?
You gonna respond to the question?
I mean, I asked you what's the question.
When you get to Arizona, are you gonna do drugs like the rest of the white trash over there?
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
The final boss said it. The final boss said it best. Arizona's known for the highest amount of meth heads, and I'm wondering if Ezra's gonna join his fellow meth heads.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, Hitman. I don't blame you. Okay, I don't blame you for making this show cancelable. Okay, I blame Huey and Matt for allowing you to enter the space because I've not seen the space. If I would have saw the space, I would have said this guy's got asking for audio, not a chance, right? But you came in here, you put down a city that I could put down myself, not in that nature, right? Because there's a lot of things you consider terrible about Phoenix, Arizona, right? But I wouldn't go that direction, especially not on a recorded show where we want to be monetized at one day. We want the fan base one day. We want to be, sponsorship one day. That's fine. But I won't even step foot outside that airport. I'll tell you that right now, Hitman. But what I might do.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Wait. What I might do.
My name because you want to slander my name. I'm making sure you and that man don't get paid.
In the Phoenix airport, what I might do, because I think I have an hour wait time, I might start a Hitman Sucks space number 4, right? I might start Hitman Sucks space number 4 for that 1 hour that I'm waiting there. Okay, so that's what I might do, Hitman. And I start Hitman Sucks space. And you know what? You could be the co-host. I want you to be the co-host of the Hitman Sucks space number 4.
All right.
Let me ask you a question, Ezra. Are you going to be able to run that space for an hour long because your wife's not going to be able to tell you what you can and can't do anymore?
Let me tell you something. The leash is off once I get out there. The shackles are off. I am running wild in San Antonio. That's what you guys don't understand. You guys see me here, and I'm a house cat here, right? I'm Chico here, okay? But when you get me wild and there's no wife to hold me back, oh my God, I'm about to be running wild in San Antonio.
All right, we got to get on with the show. Ezra, we look forward to all the content you're going to bring us from San Antonio. Matt, what do we have for the people later today, this week, and send us home?
Obviously, we got the post-fight show tonight. We should do the post-fight simulcast. Let's simulcast that bitch again. I really like this simulcast.
I don't know if I'll be available to do the simulcast, but we can try. If not, it'll be Twitter Space.
You could teach Ezra how to do the simulcast.
I love this goodbye. It's taking a little too long. I will see you guys tonight on the simulcast, apparently.
All right, Matt. Close out the show.
Hey, fuck that guy. Hey, hold on. He goes on a long rant with Hitman and then tells us the goodbye's taking too long. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I got a lot of news and notes that we're going to be dropping throughout the weekend. So make sure you guys look out for that on the Brunchboxing Twitter and brunchboxing.com. We may have a sponsor for next week's show. I'm just letting you guys know that. So be on the lookout for that. We're in negotiations, so we'll see. But as always, you guys could support Brunch Boxing. Support me. Hit the Cash App. Flash the Cash App. Show them the Cash App, Huey. $ is that your face. Hit the Cash App. And it's also is that your face on Venmo too, if you guys got Venmo. So support independent media. Okay. But we will be back later today, like I said. Enjoy the fights. War Benavidez. This has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is the super producer, Huey. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.